All right, guys, welcome back for another edition of Nighttime. And yes, we win. We won.
Nice.
How good was it? How good was the atmosphere down there?
Electric.
Yep.
Anyway, joining us tonight, we got the ever beautiful Crazy Lady, as always,
Hello.
and Pugsley.
Hey, good evening. How are you doing, mate?
Good, thank you. How good was that?
Yeah, it was good.
Absolutely electric. Yeah, I honestly don't think I've seen that kind of crowd since probably 97, I don't reckon. The grand final, that stands out, and that was pretty close second. So
Even the town, walking out of the ground and the horns are bipping, it just felt like 97.
over in Thirsty was there. How packed was that?
Chock-a-block.
Yeah, we walked in and erupted them and then left.
I'll tell you what, that sign, those letters you took, you could see those from the moon.
How good were they, hey?
Lucky we've got a tray on our car.
I'll get into a little bit more of that later because that comes under something that happened, sort of a little bit of what caught my eye in that segment. But I dare say the gamble sign caught everyone's eye. I told you we don't do things little around here. So, ain't that true? Anyway, moving on. Joining us in the bar tonight, we have Barboy Berkey.
Hi, how are you? How's everyone on the panel?
Good, mate.
Very
Good.
good, mate.
What's the got some questions at the bar?
We've
this
got
week?
quite a few questions.
Oh.
Just before we read them, was anyone hoarse from yelling at that game on the
Yes.
weekend?
Whoa.
Absolutely.
Actually, funny you say that. I was walking back out and security was there, and I said, "Excuse me, I've lost something." They said, "Oh yeah, what is it?" I said, "I lost my voice down there. Can you find it?" He got cranky and told me to get out. I thought it was quite funny.
No sense
Dad
of humour.
joke.
No.
That was a
No
dad
sense
joke.
of humour. All right, here we go. This one's from Barry Wilson. Is it the end of Pappenhausen's footy career? Me? Yes. I feel sorry for the poor guy.
Yeah, I think so. I think when he come back from his last injury where he was off for over a year, was it over a year? About a year? I said he will never be the same again.
It's going to be very hard, put it that way.
He'll get a career in TV, like
Yeah.
commentating or something.
He might come back. It's just show it is a long layoff. Or he probably had, what was it, nearly a year just gone. Now this. Yeah, you got to. I know it sounds a bit weird coming from me, but you sort of feel for the Storm in that way for salary cap, in a way. I know it's weird saying Storm salary cap you feel sorry for, but it's got to be some kind of thing with the NRL where if you've got a long extended period of injury like that where you sort of come and they're not going to be back for 12 months, that 12 months can come off the salary cap.
Taylor and May.
100%. Couldn't agree more. If they're going to be out for the whole season, that should come off the salary cap because you can now go and get another player to fill that shoes for that year. They're not part of the salary cap because they're not playing. I feel.
Jane Brayley.
100%. There's, excuse me, 2 years of what, 900,000 or whatever? Kalen Ponga could have possibly been as well, but they weren't going to let us do it. So maybe that's another one for Christmas for NRL review.
What are your thoughts, Corey?
I kind of disagree. I think he will make it back because this injury is nothing like the knee injury that he had. So this is a compound fracture. I know the length of time
That's
is
the problem, the length of time.
length
yeah.
of time is less than this knee injury that he was coming, and he was starting to show a little bit of form, even like before that freak accident because he was under a Solomona.
I'll put it this way. You get severe tennis elbow from playing bowls
or cricket.
for 2 years.
Yeah.
Would you be the same again for having that long of a layoff?
it's a mental thing, isn't it?
It is, and I know myself too. When I play basketball, I had a lengthy time off.
Yes.
And I come back and I just lost it. I didn't have it. I still had the drive to play, but I just didn't have where I could play like I used to be on it. So I just think it's the whole time off is probably not going to be.
I did hear you'll be back training in the new year, so so
Good
that's a positive in that
Yeah,
respect.
but there's a difference between training and actually playing, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck to him if he does, but it's going to be hard.
Did you hear the referee when it happened? He must have been screaming, obviously, and he blew the whistle, and he walked around the players, and he went, "Oh my God," turned away. Did you see that?
No, I
No,
didn't
we
hear
were-
that, no.
We were actually at our daughter's house for our son-in-law's birthday, and I was sick of the game by then because I'd tipped Storm to win, and they were losing, and we were about to leave. So as we were walking out the door, we looked back, and Pappenhausen was already on the ground, so we missed it.
Miss most of it.
A few of the boys, a few of the hard nuts couldn't look at it.
Yeah, Channel.
Been
I know.
bad.
I know Channel 9 that they didn't want to show it.
Show it,
so yeah.
All right, this one is from Frank Fasalo. Frank Fasalo.
Frank Fasalo.
Wonder if he's related to Elvis. I mean, Chris.
He writes, why is Tyson Gamble playing so well compared to his time in Brisbane? Well, I can answer that one before the panel. Because he's in Newcastle.
He's
Take
playing,
over.
playing for a better club.
Oh, it'd be interesting to see him playing in the Brisbane team now because it's so much better. But yeah, it's the team around him.
It's the supporters.
Oh, sorry. There's one big 6'6" supporter that just gives him the motivation.
More okay.
And snobs him.
No, I reckon it's a combination of a few things. I mean, you know, he's been let sort of control the team in a certain aspect as well, and he's just bid his time, and with Hastings and Ponga, and just made that little connection. Where I said at the start of the year, remember I said it's got to stick and stay.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Pick
it
and
has,
stick.
and it's working. And I just think a lot of players. Okay, for example, I'll use Penrith for an example. You know, Jerome Luai might leave Penrith this year. Playing really well, might leave. He might go to the Bulldogs.
Wash your mouth out with
I
soap.
said might.
No.
Okay, we'll go back. Viliamu Kikau played unreal at Penrith. Went to the Dogs. Not so good. Where in this case, I think Gamble was sort of a second string half. Now he's come to a team like Knights, and to be honest, would you go as far as say he's even overtook Ponga for crowd favourite?
I think Marju's up there some way, shape or form.
I still think Ponga is the hot
Topic.
topic, for lack of a better word. Gamble's not far behind, but Ponga is still...
Oh, 100% because he's the captain. But I'm thinking Gamble's... Everyone just loves to watch... Everyone loves a bit of Gamble time.
But if you're not a Knight supporter, 9 people out of 10 hate him.
Because he's so good at what he does.
That's right.
Jerome Luai, hold my beer.
Yep.
But, and I'll be honest with you, when he played for Brisbane against us, I didn't like him because he was so good. I didn't say I didn't like him, I was just frustrated because...
He was a smart ass, and it was like...
And it worked.
Yeah.
And
He
it
got
worked.
under our skin, so imagine how he gets under the players' skin.
But just the way he was too at the end of the game, or even the way he played during the game, and if he doesn't bleed red and blue, I don't know who does now. Like even after the game, how pumped up he was to the crowd, and just loves it. And I think the crowd, the town, have embraced him as their adopted son, so to speak.
Give him the keys to the city.
Oh, and the lighthouse, because a lot of
And Dean's place.
No.
No, it's going a bit far. We're not all like you with Zach Lomos.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Lomax.
Same thing.
Do you think you give him the key to our studio here?
Oh, you can come in here, yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Or just be happy with his jersey hung up here.
Okay, Karen from Glendale wants to know, this is for you, Pugsley,
Right.
how do we beat the Warriors?
How do we beat
for
the
you.
Warriors? Well, that's a very good question. I think you just have to aim up in defence like they have been for the last probably 9 weeks, except for last week. You know,
I think I might have jinxed them.
I think we had a little bit of finals jitters,
yeah.
so to speak.
I did say that the Knights are the second best defensive team in the comp, and they kind of let that slip.
When you finish?
Well, I was going to say also hold the ball. There's the
Yeah.
the old cliche.
Just,
Dane Gagai, we're looking at you.
Simple. Hold the ball, defend. You're going to go
Basics.
close to winning.
We've got to come out from the start and get in the face of their forwards. They've got some good forwards. Aidan Fanua Blake
It's
is,
a big forward pack.
you know, and Mitch Barnett will be looking to, you know, get
Dallin,
one over.
Watani, Zalesniak.
That was my next one. Who do you put on with Dallin? Do you
Not
put
Dom,
Marju?
It'll be a hair-a-thon.
because
Marju.
Dom is really good at scoring, but his defence needs a little bit of polish. Dallin will just sneak through.
But then on the other side, what's his name on the other side? Yeah, I know who he is. I can't think of his name. He's
Not Pompey. Oh, he's a centre.
yeah. Well, end of the day, we've got to come out. The forwards got to match it with it, and Gamble's got to run the ball.
Oh, you can-
Gamble has to run that ball, and it showed little patches of it last week. But when we're in, say, you know, close to their line, you know, and we've got a full set of 6, I want to see a couple up the front, and then Gamble run it, line dummy, and try to go over, like Cleary does a lot. He can do it.
Montoya?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
He done it at home early in the year. Dummy went straight over. Done it not so long ago. I think it was against, was it the Dogs? So I really think too, yeah, Gamble needs to stand up, especially if Hastings is out, as we'll get into a little bit later, and take control, I feel.
He has been, though, when Hastings has been gone.
Excuse me, 100%.
Got it.
Clune slots in quite nicely.
100% he does, but Gamble's got to go out there and go, hey, this is my team now, so to speak. I'm running the show at half, and yeah, I really think he needs to take control. But Leo Thompson, Saifidi, go forward, gives them time to move, even like Ponga. Like Ponga does some marvellous stuff in attack, like we all know, but without Gamble and co giving him those space to move, Ponga can't do that.
If it's dry weather over there, it'd be to give him a chance.
It's going to be cold, though. It'll be like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. 8, like late.
Then it's sold out.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
freezing.
It's going to be a hard task.
Yeah.
Can they do it? 100% they are. You know why?
Any team can be beaten.
You know why they can do it? Because they wear that red and blue jersey. When they pull that, there's something different, and it showed on the weekend. Any other team would have got beaten by Canberra on the weekend,
Yeah.
I feel.
Didn't they want it?
Canberra wanted it, and I feel there's something, I don't know, there's something about this team that's got that 97 vibe too, and they're hungry for it. Where teams in the last, say, I'd say 2 to 3, maybe 4 years, weren't hungry like this team. And I feel that they're playing for more than just that pay packet. They're playing for the town. So they can
And,
do
and
it.
if the hair doesn't stare in the back of your neck, you like for the players, like you did for the supporters, for everybody, you know, you'll never go through it.
They can do it. They can do it. Just got to match it with their forwards, and yeah, can't let them get to a bit of a lead up, because I think they would take it away.
Plus, you might have to have the referee on your side too a little bit as well.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but if they can get through the Warriors, isn't it the Broncos they play?
yes, in Brisbane. Yeah,
Anyway,
but I'll say one word again: 97.
any team can be beaten.
97. Knights can't win.
You're not looking at me when you say that?
Without any
You're back in Bali.
Not
What
this
are you
year.
talking about?
Not this year.
We're enjoying it this year.
I'll sum
Next
it up.
year's your year, maybe.
I'll sum it up and say whatever happens though, it's been a very successful season.
Well, they've made it further than they have in a long time.
Made it further than the Dragons.
I think 2019.
Oh, that's not hard.
I think 2019 they were last in the semis, and they
I give him a
dropped
rap
out,
and you're giving me the.
dropped out the first week against South. We were down there,
Well, you were, weren't Sione Mataudi's last game.
and the Knight supporters didn't like me much when we got on the bus to come home. I walked on with my Penrith jersey, and I went, "Welcome to the bandwagon." They all growled at me.
Oh, the South supporters growling at me because I was walking along with my flags, both of them. I don't care. Next
Okay,
one.
this one's from Shell Marie. Will the NRLW Knights make the grand final?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, they got the Tigers this weekend, so surely.
I'll say one. If Tamika Upton's fit and plays every game, yes. You see the way she played on the weekend?
It's
Sensational.
not a one-man team.
It's close to it.
I mean, one woman team.
No, but it's like the Knights. Okay, put it this way: it's like Penrith when they got Cleary.
We can win convincingly without Cleary, too.
But when you got Cleary, they just go that one step better, don't you?
Depends on his mood.
Did you see that individual try from Upton on the weekend?
She's a freak.
No, just like they're all saying Millie Ball's the best thing to come New Zealand. I'm telling you, no way.
Well, the commentators were saying that they reckon the Roosters were doing so bad because Millie wasn't playing.
No way.
Not a one-woman team.
No, the
Oh, it probably would have made a difference.
the reason why the Roosters were doing so badly is because the
Knights
Knights
didn't.
wouldn't let them score. And the way Upton and Jesse Southwell played, that's like a Ponga, combination. Like they play really well.
Yeah. Knights grand final for me. They'll play either Broncos or Roosters. That's all I can
I'd
say.
like to see Roosters and beat them in the grand final.
Yeah.
Full strength. Both full strength.
And I would like to see. Okay, if we can't win for the next couple of years, that's fine. But I'd like to see them win this year because a lot of the girls that are in there are not the name players, so to speak. So good on them.
And there's more teams this year too, so it makes it even better for the night. For the whoever wins it.
And when the men's take it out, it would be good to see the women too. Have both trophies at home.
Imagine how much that'd be paying on sports bet if the men and the ladies did the double.
I'll let the game do the talking.
He'll be smiling at the end.
Yeah.
You just never know. Hey, I've got.
Don't beat your chest too hard though, because look at the Parramatta supporters.
Oh, that's what I.
We beat Penrith in the regular season.
Well, that.
Sorry.
That's what I
Gary.
said to the drummer this weekend at the Knights. Going, don't beat your drum too hard, mate. And look what happened.
The bloke next to us goes, someone pointed to Cam and went, he needs to go and put the drum over his head.
Anyway, moving on.
Matty Fraser writes, why do you think only bays 8 and 9 receive free Knights flags? Members were all around the ground and due to ticketing system, so it seems a bit unfair to the rest of the members. 100% agree.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that until we read that email.
Didn't really take much notice. Were they normal size flags?
Anyone know?
I don't know.
Really, it wouldn't matter what size they were.
Yeah,
Just not them little car flags.
No, they were about that big.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
They were normal size flags.
Yeah, well, I find that a bit. How do you say to some fans you're worthy of this and others aren't?
Yeah, bays 8 and 9.
Yeah, we're only 1 or 2 over.
We're in bay 5. But it's the luck of the draw. Like when you go onto Ticketmaster, you take the tickets that you're given, or you can try again and risk losing
But
those
that's my
seats.
whole thing where it needs to be done properly. Another thing for the NRL review at Christmas. It's bullshit. Like maybe let the clubs do the ticketing.
But if they can give flags away like that, why not give flags away in the members pack instead of a scarf that
was
no
the
one's going to wear?
NRL. It was a marketing ploy by the NRL apparently.
Right.
But yeah, because some Raiders flags were given out as well, I believe. But yeah, how do you? I just don't understand how you go. Oh, that bay can get them.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was for the television to zoom and say, look, yeah. But yeah, I just find it very discriminative. Would you say?
Yep, 100%.
How do you just say that? And the same as if I got it and others didn't. What makes me special to get it other than everyone else?
Me personally, like you guys are there all the time, you buy your yearly ticket, they message you, we've got a flag here for you, reply to us if you don't want it, we'll give it to someone else. And
I
all
would have been
members-
happy with just our seats. And saying that, we had a good time where we were.
I figured out why we couldn't get out. Well, we probably wouldn't have anyway, but there was players sitting in our seats. So
Well, they can move.
It's the best seat in the house. You can't blame them.
We will be back. Anyway,
We've paid for
They'll
next
just
year's.
warm it up for you.
but yeah, no, I just think, and how do you say to a young kid, goes, oh, Mum, or Dad, how come I didn't get a flag, but Billy Joel over there that goes to my school, he got one.
Exactly.
How do you tell a kid that?
Just say, I'll get you McDonald's on the way home. Zip it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Have they got a flag there?
I just think it should have been
Cheeseburger.
one or none at all.
Yeah, 100%.
Personally, but yeah, I didn't even know that till they got that email. I did notice there was a lot of
Yes.
flags there, but
someone posted on one of the sites on Facebook before the game, how do we go about getting our free flag? And I said to Smitter, what free flag? I haven't heard anything about that.
Hmm.
And then we figured out why.
But I must say too, while we're on the subject of flags, Penrith done a marketing thing like a few years back for their members. Everyone that was a member got a flag, like you said, and it was stand-up flags up. So when the Panthers ran out, every single member in that crowd had a flag. The whole place was decked out. How smart.
Yep.
What are you going to do with your scarf? Yay! Anyway,
That came in the draw. Now this one, don't take it off me, Shano, till I'm finished. Who was your choice of best player over the weekend? Now I'm going to look at one person on the panel
No, we know who you thought.
and asked, when did Nathan Cleary join our board?
I don't know.
Don't you write these out?
I print them. I copy and paste.
Well, Nathan Cleary has wrote that in.
Oh, really? Did he leave a number or an email address?
and here you were thinking that he was going to ask me about Gamble.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
actually.
see?
When you said you were looking at a panel member, I'm thinking, oh, it's about Gamble.
So,
You want to answer this one, Kylie?
I think, well, I'm not going to be biased or anything, but I think it was Nathan Cleary and his Cinderella boot. He got 188 metres, one try assist, 2 line breaks, 5 tackle breaks, and 2 line break assists. At 25 years of age, Nathan Cleary delivers yet another clinical finals performance, moving into the top 5 for total points scored in final series with a total of 152, surpassing the likes of Thurston and Lockyer at just 25 years of age.
Could I just say something there?
yeah.
I reckon we should give Kylie a round of applause. She said that in one breath.
I just wanted to get it out. But that was from Bloke in the Bar.
And Gamble done one better because he got a bite.
I can bite Cleary. On
I
the
bet you
arm.
probably
On
would.
the arm. That's Mary Fowler's job. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I must admit he played well.
He lost his boot and all.
Yeah, he did, actually.
Cinderella?
And he just kept going. But to be honest, Cleary never sort of plays a bad game. Haven't felt.
That was one of his best in a long time.
Gordon Tallis come out today and said he's not in the GOAT era
Good,
yet.
tell us.
But, I mean, he's got to be close. But I don't care. I'm going to cop it here already, but I honestly think the probably player of the round was either Cleary, Gamble, or Gamble. I reckon both of them deserve a. They were both, really well. I thought that's my opinion. Hey, don't shoot me.
I didn't
Hate
see.
the player,
I
not
didn't
the
see
game.
Bloke in the Bar.
He actually did.
He didn't. Gamble hasn't surpassed the likes of Thurston or Lockyer.
He's only been in it a short time compared to him.
Has not.
Has too.
He come from the Broncos,
He was there like a year in second string.
so that's on him.
You watch many of
Mine's better than yours.
Can you just pair stop arguing and let Corey have a say in this?
Sorry.
Cleary or Reynolds?
Oh,
What is wrong
yeah.
with you? Give me back me beer.
Reynolds actually was good.
He was.
He was.
That's coming from a non-biased person,
Were you
so
asleep at the Knights game?
No. I was actually enjoying where I was up the top there.
Come on.
stop it. Tuck your love addiction back in.
So what do we get? Cleary, then Adam Reynolds, and then
Gamble.
Tyson Gamble?
Adam Reynolds, he only got one vote. Gary, you're the.
No, I'm staying
Adjudicator.
out of this.
No, there was a
I'm closest to the
There was
door,
a
but I've
few
got to get
that-
around the bar.
few that played
Well,
well.
I feel like Nathan Cleary knew exactly who I was going to say.
Well, apparently.
Why don't you ask him himself? It's right there.
Okay. Jay Summit. Why do you think players are still doing stupid crap on camera, i.e. Valentine Holmes? All the good and well to celebrate, but for the love of God, do it without the cameras.
Oh,
You know why?
100%.
This was my
Do you know why?
Well, we won't talk about him. We'll just talk about.
Do you know why he
Players.
got caught? Because he's a dumbass.
No,
Yep,
but he
100%.
reckons it was
Bullshit.
a joke. But the whole, if you're going to party and celebrate the season you had, don't have any phones around. Do drugs, do whatever you must do, but don't
Responsibly.
do it. I'm not saying, I'm not encouraging the behaviour, but they're going to do it, right or wrong. They're on
But
that
do
much
it at
money.
home and off camera.
That's right. Leave your phones
Like,
at
you
the
don't want
door
any of the
in the
kids
bowl
to
with the
see
keys.
this. And
Ask Joel Monaghan.
Mitchell Pearce.
Yes.
Clint Gutherson, isn't he the one that
No, that was Sean Lane.
on the hooker's backside?
I don't know about that, but Sean Lane was a year ago.
Ask Gary.
No,
There was someone.
But the point
it's
is,
a good bloke.
you know,
Cameraman did it in the toilet.
more.
Oh,
We won't go there.
Leave Kurt alone. He played well on the weekend.
he did.
But again, they're doing that in public. Don't do it in public.
100%.
Don't do it in.
100%. The thing is, too, you know, when you're an NRL player and you pull on that jersey, you instantly become a target for the media, for some of the dickwits
Idols.
out there, idols,
For kids and
kids and that. But, you
some
know,
men.
every second person has a phone on them, no matter where that.
Every second person, everybody's.
Every
I
person.
just caught on to that.
I got on it straight away.
Good to see you're not ripped me off.
No, mate.
He doesn't want to get in trouble.
I probably didn't get it.
He's still sitting there going, huh?
Gory.
We call him Fortnite.
Yes.
Takes 2 weeks to get.
What do you think they're ripping me off about?
I don't know, to be honest.
Gamble.
Oh, gamble.
How many beers have you had tonight?
27.
What was the
You
subject?
can't that many,
anyway?
can you?
Oh. Yeah, idols and players and that. Yeah, every person
Yeah.
has a phone going out, so you've just got to be careful. So, I mean, if you're going to do something silly, just do it at home.
Yeah, like every player, they go shopping. There's someone there going, oh, look who's here. You know, like
And that comes with the territory. You want to be an NRL player and that, you've got to expect that.
on
But,
that pay packet, you wouldn't care.
hey, I'd walk down the street in a mankini for that kind of money every day. Wouldn't bother me.
I'd walk down the street naked holding a mankini for that kind of money.
I'd give you that kind of money not to wear the mankini.
Someone around around the back of this panel, or on this show, that does have to wear a
Oh,
mankini.
I don't think you'll see that happen. But anyway, moving on.
Talk.
Our last one is from Amber. First name, last name, don't know, but it's Amber. For those who are going to New Zealand this Saturday, for those who not are going to New Zealand this Saturday, where are you watching the night's game?
Where are we watching it?
Thirsty
Thirsty
Messiah.
Yes. And to be honest, I think it's going to be a pretty electric atmosphere in there.
Yep.
And if it's not, I will make it. I'll make sure it is.
So, how about everybody get on board? Let's get down there early and fill up this place.
It's getting pretty.
People are going to have to start taking camp chairs.
Yeah, it's as far as I know now. There's about 50, nearly 60 people booked already.
We're gonna have to take it out in the street in Borromeo, I reckon.
So
In the car park.
yeah. Well, we walked in there last week after the game, and it was pretty noisy. But
They had the chant going.
we got the chant going, and
What was the chant?
Newcastle.
Gamble.
Nah.
Gamble.
we'll get out this week.
Okay.
But no, we'll lift the roof off of that place this weekend. I reckon it'll be pretty good.
From about 4 to 6, we'll be down there roughly, maybe even a little bit earlier.
We'll be there earlier.
Looks like we're there early.
Earlier.
Yes. Anyway, that's what.
Yeah, first in Messiah, get down there, and they have Little Dragon on tap.
Are you sure?
Yep, message him. He's
Topped
got a
it
keg
up.
for us.
One keg. Gonna need more than one keg.
That's just for us. That's us.
Proud sponsors of us.
Yeah, it's Little Dragon, proud sponsors of us, a beer supplier. It's amazing the amount of people around this area now that drink a day.
I don't.
Well, ever since you gave it to Phoenix Crosland, he's just been on fire.
100%. Yeah, Phoenix Crosland had a Little Dragon.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
maybe, well, so speaking of Phoenix Crosland, but before we head off to a break, is that your last question?
That was the last question. Thank you very much, everyone. For
Thanks.
it.
Yeah, thanks. So just before we head off to a break, give a shout out to the guy if he's watching that was behind us. Yelling out, "Fly, Phoenix, fly!" Oh, that was a classic one.
The people around us were awesome.
Yeah, they were. They were really nice people. So, and a few of them, hopefully they might be tuning in. So, if it,
Oh, where's your stubby holders?
I think I gave them all away.
Should have shown him. It's gamble time.
Oh, yeah, I have to find it. There is more coming.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. We have some stubby holders, not just it's gamble time
The
ones,
crowd was stoked because you were giving them away, and they were like,
They
"Oh,
loved
this
them.
is awesome!"
but not just gamble time ones. I've got new ones too.
Hey, Kylie, check his bedside table.
Yeah, I was just going to
I'd
say
say
His
that.
that
Andy
was-
draw.
Well, the undies are out. It's all gamble.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong with you? No, I've got Ponga one coming, Leo Thompson one coming.
Jerome Luai.
It's not this
Spencer
weekend.
Lenu.
Not this weekend.
Oh,
But we will.
you can walk home.
Zach Lomax.
Oh,
What is wrong with you? No, but we will. We'll get some nighttime ones because we're not just here about the nights. We're here. Everything's league here, so we might even get a few
Parramatta ones.
non-Parramatta ones, but and
Yeah, as long as people know that, because now I'm driving around with the nighttime logo on my car.
yeah, thanks to the sign shop. Thank you very much. Anyway, we'll take a short break and be back shortly.
Major show sponsor the Burden Automotive Group in Maitland and Port Stephens, comprising of Maitland Toyota, Port Stephens Toyota, Hunter GWM, Cardiff GWM, Port Stephens GWM, and also Hunter 4x4 accessories in Maitland and yes, in Cardiff. The Burden Automotive Group have been proudly supporting the community for 60 years. They've been supporting this show. Please go support the sponsors that support us.
All right, guys, and welcome back. It's that time of night again. Time we head up to sunny Townsville. And how are you, buddy? Elliot?
Yeah, good, Dean. And, you know, we live to fight another day, so can't complain.
Mate, I'm going to ask you one thing. Did you see it?
I didn't see it. I know you told me to look out for a sign, or I didn't see it on the broadcast. I'm sorry.
I was waiting for you to rip me off, that's all. No, it was pretty big. They were a metre by a metre high sign letters that said gamble.
I mean, I was actually going to say, and I'm the first to admit when I was wrong, I didn't necessarily think Tyson would, not perform for Newcastle. I was still sort of waiting for a big game to maybe get the best of him, but I'll give you credit because all the grief we've given you about being, the number one stakeholder of the Tyson Gamble fan club warranted. He was the best player on the field on the weekend. He was unbelievable. So he probably saw your sign and grew another leg.
Oh, let's hope.
You need to stop because he's getting a big head.
Oh, look, hey, and I hate to do it, Kylie, but credit's where it's due. I've been giving him grief for weeks, but he was Tyson. Some of the did on the weekend. I know there's a great clip going around of it at the moment. The Dom Young try where he picked up the ball early on, Gamble, realised didn't have the legs, and the fact that he was clever enough to slow down, put Hudson Young on skates and then put Dom away. It was just any half in the world would be proud of that kind of work with the ball. And, yeah, like I said, he was man of the match for me easily on the weekend.
Did you hear that?
I thought Ponga was pretty good.
Did you hear that?
And now he's grown an extra leg.
Mate. I've been on his bandwagon all year, and I said, Stick, you watch him, he'll change. And, mate, not just after the game, the way he was with the crowd and stuff like that, I love that.
Yeah.
That's just amazing. We were only 2 rows behind it, like in front of him, where he was going berserk, so it was good.
Yeah, I mean, he's stuck in the headlines the last couple of days after some comments made by Willie Mason on their Levels Network podcast, and Tyson responded to them in true Tyson fashion. I think it was an F-bomb pretty early one too. So, yeah, I think, and we've spoken before, if he's on your side, you absolutely love him. If you come up against him, geez, I reckon you got 20,000 reasons not to.
Well, I'll tell you what, Peter Parr and Co, sign that man up. Give him the keys to the city. Give him what he wants. I reckon. He's just the way he is with all the crowd and Newcastle, mate, and
Yep.
he's a knight now. He's I can't see him being anywhere else. He loves it here.
Yeah, and I think we've spoken about the recruitment class this year before, but and we've spoken about the fact that they'll have the right attitude to training and help the boys become a mentally tough footy team, which I believe they are now. But I think another aspect probably that I've maybe overlooked is just how I know the fans have embraced them, but how much. And I'll give you 3 examples: Hastings, Gamble, and Adam Elliott have embraced Newcastle. They're not there just to play footy, get their meal ticket, and whatever. They have absolutely embraced the town, the community, the fans, everything that's involved, and probably can't say enough good things about the way they've approached life and footy in Newcastle.
100%. I'll throw another one in that little canoe as well. Greg Marju.
Oh yeah, he's incredibly likeable. He had a couple of dropsies on the weekend, but he was pretty strong throughout. I actually thought Dane Gagai probably had his worst first half of football this year, but what he managed to do in the second half just showed what a champion player he was. He was very good.
100%. But going back on the ones that adopted to Newcastle, you go back and we say Edric Lee, where Edric Lee's smile just used to bright up the, Greg Marju's taken that role over. He's just such a happy, lovable kind of bloke, and you just talk to him and he's just all happy and smiles, and he's someone that you'd want to have around your club, that's for sure.
Yeah, he is, and again, I think we spoke about this when we met him. I met him properly after the Brisbane game. It's unfortunately the weekend of the missed bus ride. But prior to that, I didn't know anything about Greg's personality, and out of the fans out of the players that interacted with the fans, and they're all lovely blokes, he was the most likeable in terms of personality, having a laugh. He was very charming. He was everything you sort of want in a human being, and I don't reckon there'd be a fan in Newcastle that's had an interaction with him that was negative.
Oh, 100%. Well, we're at the fan day there a couple of weeks ago, and, everyone knows Kylie's Penrith,
Yep.
And she had a Penrith hat on, and he goes, "What are you doing here with that on?" I'm staring her up.
Yeah, and I go, don't worry, I'll be waving the Knights flag tomorrow. He goes, not in that hat, you won't be. So I wore my jersey instead.
Oh, that's great.
But just, just such a likeable character. So,
Yep.
But moving on, mate, back to the game, the atmosphere, mate. I don't think I've seen it like that since probably '97.
Well, I watched the Fox coverage, but I watched the 9 replay, and I heard Joey saying similar in the coverage as well. So, what was there in the end? Just under 30 clicks.
29,548 it was originally.
Yeah, it was bumper to bumper, I tell you, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The best atmosphere, the best game I've been to.
Yeah, and there was a lot of stick giving it to other supporters like Canberra, and they were giving it back to us, but it wasn't nasty.
No, I liked how the Raiders drummer dude, you can't miss him. He was doing his drum, and the Newcastle crowd were just turning that into the Newcastle chant.
Yeah.
So he'd beat it to encourage the Raiders, but the Newcastle Knights crowd were going, Newcastle, and then he'd bang it, Newcastle.
It was just a great atmosphere, and like I said, everyone was giving everyone stick and carrying on, but it was no nasty or,
No.
It was actually, honestly, I give a shout out to the whole crowd there. They were really well behaved, but I tell you what, there's some larrikins behind us, that's for sure.
I think to be honest, I think what you're saying there probably transferred to the field as well. I know he had the incident with Jack White. Now, outside of that, the game, I thought it was played in great spirit. Both forward packs going at each other, ferocious, but in saying that, I think there was a lot of respect between those players on the weekend, and you just knew Canberra were going to be up for it too. I looked at the bookies and it had Newcastle, I think, $1.18 favourites, and I'm thinking it's a closer game than that. Finals, you're just happy to run away with a win like we did, and you hop on the first flight to New Zealand, lick your wounds. I know Fitzy's out this week, Jackson Hastings too, but pretty handy replacements in Adam Clune and Dylan Lucas coming back in.
Yeah, absolutely. Shattered for poor Lockie. Obviously for Jackson too, but Lockie, that could be his last game he ever played for the Knights was last weekend. So hopefully not. But you've got to look at it. He's got to be sitting there thinking, well, over pulling that jersey again, and Lockie's been great for us. And you won't find a nicer bloke than Lockie. So hopefully we can go that little bit further. as well, just for Lockie as well. But awesome game, man. Like you were just saying that I said to the crew off air, it's going to be closer than people think, you know. And I was a little bit worried at the start, wasn't I? Because Canberra had nothing to lose, and it showed. But it was in their DNA. Ask Ricky Stewart.
Imagine if they were full strength.
Yeah, well, and saying that too, we could have bounced back and,
Excuse me.
you know, playing a full strength team might have lifted that little bit more. But
Yep.
end of the day, hey, we got the points. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, well, and and you're right on Ricky. Ricky Stewart, you know, people love him or loathe him. I'm a fan. I like characters in the game, and if he was the coach of your club, you'd love him too because he 1,000% has his players' backs, and you just know in the sheds and during the week he's relaying exactly that to his players. Hey, no one gives us a chance. Everyone thinks they're out. Blah blah blah. Probably Stu Effins thrown in there as well, but go out there and show them why you deserve to be a finals footy team, and I thought they did that on the weekend. I think. I know this is a nice podcast, but I think if, you know, you're a Raiders fan, it's a pass mark for the season with all the injuries they've had to at the back end. So they were very brave.
100%.
Would it really hurt Ricky, though, to give the Knights some credit?
Well,
Yeah, well, one thing he didn't do, there wasn't any whinging. So I think that's almost as good as Ricky giving credit. Cause, and again, if he's your coach, you love it. He normally does have a bit to say about officiating or things going against his side. There was none of that. He spoke for about 4.5 minutes just on being proud of his team and the effort there. So I think him not saying anything at all probably says everything. And you look at the neutral fans, that's what I loved reading on social media, the neutral fans that weren't Knights or Raiders supporters just saying, hey, this is the best elimination final we've seen in however many years.
100%.
Yeah, it was. I certainly aged, as I'm sure you guys did. I aged probably about 12 years through it, and I think the dogs were cowering in the corner by the end of the game, but we're through and off to New Zealand.
It was certainly a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah, they showed a lot of tick at Canberra to come back at the end. I thought they were absolutely dead and buried when we went. I think it was 2 tries up, 2 converted tries up, but hurt a little bit seeing Tommy Starling make out with the Raiders badge about 12 times after his try, but he played pretty well.
Yeah, true. I had a little chuckle at that one, but I'll tell you what, Jack Whiten, the crowd got into him.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Every time he touched the ball, seriously.
Yeah.
He actually mouthed something at our section of the crowd.
Yeah, not sure what it was, but yeah.
He said, I'll
wasn't
bite
happy.
you guys as well.
Probably.
He was probably just saying thank you. I don't know. The biting incident aside, I thought he was outstanding on the weekend. Every time he touched the ball, you were worried. His running game was superb, and I've had a little bit to do with Jack. I don't have a bad word to say about his character. So again, I won't comment on the incident, but he does not have history of anything sinister. So
everyone has a brain snap, I suppose, as well. So you can probably give him a. I mean, we'll touch on it now. There was obviously a bite there. You could clearly see it. Was it a love bite? Was it a? But the thing is,
was it a case of get off me? Your arms forced in my mouth.
But the thing is, he's probably going to have to cop a couple of weeks because the mark was there. And
yeah, I think, and he's at the judiciary as we speak. I'm just waiting to get the email about it. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get around that 4-week mark, which I think is not dissimilar to what Kevin Proctor got. If you flash back, the other one earlier this year was Ash Werner from the Brisbane Broncos.
Yeah.
First ever game in the NRLW. A pretty similar incident where the Roosters player had her arm around Ash's mouth, and I don't know if it was just a reaction or what it was, but it was a relatively clear bite, and she did miss a couple of games.
Well, that's probably probably the same, for Jack. Probably it was reaction or whatever it was. I mean, you could clearly see, I'm not just sticking up because it's Tyson, you could see there's something, he's pulled his arm back, zip it woman.
Yep.
And, you could see something there. But they've made up after the game and they've said, look, I don't want to take it further.
Yeah, that's right.
So if the ref didn't do anything there and then, Gamble said, they'll just leave it. I think it should be left on the field. If the ref had done something there, I mean, I guess he put it on a report, but if it's on report, it's a reportable incident, shouldn't we have got a penalty?
Yeah, I think they probably missed a trick there. I think you either had to let it go or it had to be penalty report, whether there's more action. It's just the inconsistency for me that And I could cop it sweet rather, you know, whether there was nothing in it, whether they ended up doing a sin bin, just a firm decision. But it was almost like it was a halfway decision because, as I said, I go back to the NRLW, same rules in that sense as the men. It was a send-off for the exact same offence. So, Ashley Klein's a good referee. I think he had about 17 different bunker voices in his head, to be fair to him. In the moment, I think they probably got it wrong. But as you guys said, I think the 30,000 in Newcastle turned into about 130,000 after that. So.
Apparently, the players were saying they couldn't hear some of the calls on the field because the crowd was that loud.
Yeah, Lockie.
It was coming through the tellies as well. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, Lockie Fitz come out this week on Triple M.
Yep.
And said, it was hard to hear some of the calls. Like the crowd was that electric and. You know.
Yep.
But that's Newcastle. That's what makes Newcastle so good. We love our football. We love our team. And, you know, I'm going to say it here and now too. A lot of people said to me over the weekend, you're a huge Knight supporter, Smitho. Yeah. I'm no bigger Knight supporter than anyone else. I'm no bigger Knight supporter than a bloke that if he only goes once a year or watches it all home from home. Everyone that supports that team is a role in some way, shape or form, and we all unite as one to make the team and the town great. So
right.
No one's bigger than anyone else. We're all in it together. Yeah. That's the way I see it, and that's what makes our team and our club great, I feel.
Yeah, and I don't mind going on the record saying this. My co-host up here is a tragic Broncos supporter, and I'll tell her if she'll ever listen. I said, you got to understand the Newcastle fan base gets it more than Broncos do, and yeah, you got a huge, humongous fan base, and I hope to meet you in the prelim, and the stadium's the best in Australia, yada yada. The difference between the Knights and any other team in the competition is that supporter base wants to get behind the side, whereas I find most supporter bases want to nitpick and pick that and whatever. Whereas this, well, let's be honest, besides that year in 2013, 20 years we've been waiting for a side that has mental toughness, for a side that, besides that Para game, has a crack every week. We can cop losing, but as long as the team's having a crack and I don't know, the crowd noise on the weekend, as I said, even watching it up here in Townsville had me up and about because I know it's biased, but it's truthful. It's the best fan base, I think, in sport in the country in any code.
100%, mate. Couldn't agree with you more. And I just like what I was getting at with that earlier. I want everyone out there to have their finger there, you know, pat themselves on the back, so to speak. Everyone makes that club great. And I honestly, I want to go back again today. I want to go do it again this weekend. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, well, and then the fun thing this weekend, just watching the game, is we're going to watch the opposite of that because the fans in New Zealand are outstanding. I mean, with the All Blacks struggles in the World Cup, they're almost exclusively rugby league fans at the moment, which is just, it never happens in New Zealand. The Up the Waz is up everywhere, and it is going to be a hostile environment, and I can't wait to see how Newcastle responds.
I'll tell you what, say we, I'm not going to say we are or we're not because I'll put the mocker on it, but say we beat the Warriors on the weekend.
Yep.
Can we see you dressed in a Spider-Man suit up there next week?
No, I think my days of being able to fit into tight lycra costumes are pretty done. It hugs some pretty horrid parts of my body, so I think I'll just stick to a polo shirt and a scarf, mate.
Just before you
I know someone who likes dressing up in lycra.
Yeah, stop
Purple
it.
lycra.
Yeah, stop it. Did you see the Spider-Man costumes over in
Auckland?
Yeah, and it's nuts. And you know what? It's the two fairy tale stories coming together this weekend, and unfortunately, one of the fairy tales will end. I mean, I think anyone that's a rugby league lover whose team isn't in the competition is supporting either Newcastle or the Warriors at the moment, and I'm just, I'm so hopeful that it's our story that keeps on running. If it doesn't, well, we've just had our first finals win in 10 years, and they got a lot to be proud of this year.
100%, mate. If they, I'm not going to say bow out, but if things don't go our way this weekend, the whole town's proud of not just the whole town, because, I'll say every Knight supporter because you know
Yeah.
you got yourself up there in Queensland. So every Knight supporter can be proud of the boys, and I'm sure they are most definitely.
Worth noting too, and I meant to mention this before, is almost getting lost in all this hype. Is all of a sudden our women are 7-1. After we dropped that game to the Cowboys earlier this year, I thought, okay, you know, I expect around 4th, 5th, somewhere in there fighting for a final spot. We've clinched the final spot. We're top of the ladder, and the Roosters and Broncos, I believe, are the two other best teams. Well, we beat the Broncos on the buzzer and just dismantled the Chooks on the weekend. I'm told from some mates who were at that game that even though there was only a couple of thousand in the stands, they were loud, they were boisterous. It was an interesting homecoming for Millie Boyle and Jesse Southwell on fire, Tamika Upton on fire. Yeah, they're humming.
Yeah, we just had a little brief chat about that earlier. How good of a try was that from Tamika Upton?
That's the best of the competition this year, bar none.
Why didn't Millie play?
Sorry?
Why didn't Millie play?
I know she's been nursing some injuries, so I'm not 100% sure of the ins and outs there. But it could be a resting thing for the finals, but they still had a bloody strong team on the park. So,
She was scared to play Newcastle.
you said it.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, mate, it's good to hear from you again, and we love having your input each week. And so do the fans. They write in each week and tell us they enjoy having you on. So, mate, we appreciate it, eh?
No, easy done, guys. It's always a pleasure, and hopefully get to do it again next week.
Sounds good, mate. And up the Knights, mate, eh?
Yep, up the night.
Thanks, champion, and we'll catch you, tune back into you next week, buddy.
See you guys.
Take
Bye,
care.
mate.
All right, guys, we'll take another short break and be back shortly.
Who doesn't love a nice cold beer? And the best cold beer is not some other mob down the road. The best cold beer in Newcastle is found at Thirsty Messiah. The Thirsty Messiah Brewery is found at 140 Lambton Road in Broadmeadow. Get on down there for some great beer at a great price. Support the local. Thirsty Messiah Brewery in Broadmeadow.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And it's time to get into our 3, 2, 1s for this week.
We'll start with Corey.
All right, I'm going to give my 3 to Kalen. I thought he was, in the second half, he sparked the revival.
Don't look so disappointed.
2 went to Marju and 1 went to Tyson Gamble. I'll give him 1 point because I thought...
Smoking crack?
No, I thought he was good.
Most of the team played this week, just so you know. That was gold. That was funny.
Anyway,
Guys?
are they actually playing this week?
No. What, the men or the women's?
Yes.
The women's are like your men's
Yeah.
team. Okay. I'm going off the scale here. I gave my 3 to Phoenix Crosland
Didn't play.
Yeah, he did. He played really well. He was good.
because if he doesn't play well, Marju and Dom and all the others don't get the ball.
Fly, Phoenix, fly.
You're
That's
right. You're right.
You know, that's the reason I gave it to him. 2 to Kalen. And I'm glad I'm sitting over here because 1 to Tyson Gamble.
What is wrong with you?
Well, at least we gave him a
Oh,
point.
come on.
Sure.
Next.
My 3 go to Ponga. He just keeps getting better. He's all over the field and, yeah, he just bounces back. 2 go to Gamble. Nothing to say here. This speaks for itself and I don't want to get in trouble. And 1 goes to Young. He's just dangerous down that wing with the ball and a little bit of space.
Well,
Still comes back to Fees and Crosland. If he doesn't get it out to him, they don't get there.
True.
yeah.
He took off, didn't he?
But Dom
What
is...
about the
electric
forwards,
fast.
like the front rowers? If they don't make the yards,
100%.
Exactly.
All right.
But I only get 3. I don't get any special mention.
Well, my 3 went to
Wait for it.
Tyson
Hang
Gamble.
on.
goes without saying.
Tyson Gamble. Honestly, I really think he took the Raiders. He played a classy 5-8 game and just stood up, especially when Jacko went off. He took charge of it, and realistically, he doesn't charge that ball down. The Raiders kicked the field goal.
Yes.
So he kept us in the game as well. And, I just feel he's grown as a player since he's come to Newcastle. And arguably, probably the best 5'8" in the comp over the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Considering you couldn't get a spot at the start of the year.
You're only saying that because Luai's injured.
Oh, stop it. Luai.
3-peat, baby.
I really hope we come up against Luai and Penrith.
It's not going to happen.
I'll probably be
it's not
dead
going to happen.
anyway.
You got to get past the Broncos first.
I hold my beer.
They're our gatekeepers.
Anyway, so yeah, he's become a real fan favourite. But I will say, when he first come here and no one really who was on his bandwagon from the start. Ching-ching.
Yeah, but normally when you like a player, they leave.
Yeah, well, this one's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it time.
Yeah, breaking news, the end of the season, Tyson leaves.
Stop it. Anyway, my 2, I had 2 off of 2, and yes, I can, I will, because I couldn't split them. One was Ponga, was great all over the park, safe in defence.
Get your own.
Oh, stop copying mine. Brilliant in attack as well. And I couldn't break him or Phoenix. Phoenix Crosland in the middle of the park played 90 minutes all up, and was that how long it was?
Yeah, they
Yep.
played the right to the 90. Yeah.
And he played the lot in the middle and had some big hits.
Yeah, he did.
And rattled it. So you know what? That gets my little dragon of the week is Phoenix for that, because he's only a little fella too, and he loves a little dragon. So yeah, he got it 2 as well. And I also gave 1 to Tyson Frizzell for the charge down. He did as well, and he just never gives up.
He went off for a HIA too. He come back.
But yeah, I'm going to give 2 special mentions while I'm there too, because I thought they played well as well, but I couldn't put them on there. It was Leo Thompson, and when Kurt Mann come on, filled in for Jackson Hastings, and I think Kurt sparked that try with in the left hand side. I forget who scored it. Might have been Gay Guy, but yeah, come on, and I think Kurt's going to be sorely missed, and people don't realise it as much until he's gone. That how big of a value he is.
That's right.
So yeah, so the player of the week this week is Tyson Gamble.
No, I think you'll find it's Ponga. Can't you count?
Oh, it's a pick on me week. Yeah, no, I think Ponga gets it by a bite.
By a chin hair.
By 10 metres at least.
You got a few bites out of it.
He did. Anyway, moving on to what caught my eye, and I'm going to start this one off this week while I'm here.
Did I say you could?
So, but first of all, it's not what caught my eye. My first one is what caught my chair.
Stop it.
And this goes.
You're going to hell in a handbasket.
Yes, no, I'm driving the bus. And anyway, this goes shout out to a good friend of ours, Cam, who
Oh, he's such a good friend. I'm about to bag him out. Hi, Cam.
that was helping us hold our rather large gamble signs up, and somehow fell down the stairs, done a somersault and a half.
Probably because he couldn't see anything with that big letter. It was
Yeah,
massive.
no, I was genuinely concerned. I seriously was.
Yeah, for the letter, you're like,
For
I
the
hope he
letter.
doesn't crease the letter.
The wind blew.
Actually, I was. Nah, serious. I was genuinely concerned. You know when you laugh at someone, but you are concerned for their safety, like that they're
No,
okay?
because I don't usually laugh at people I'm worried
So is
about.
Well, I do.
So is he better going downhill than uphill?
It would have hurt.
It would have. I'll tell you what, he done a somersault and then a Superman and fell on the seat, and yeah, poor bugger. I was genuinely concerned. I asked him about 20 times
You've
that
just
night.
told the whole world, so
Yeah, but it was funny.
you're
So
terrible.
anyway, Rolly, that one's out for you, buddy.
Hey now, Rolly, hang on.
Rolly.
You're all going to hell.
Not me, I'm not laughing.
No, I was genuinely concerned for the bloke.
Oh, yeah, so much so you didn't send him any flowers.
Still laughing.
I tried to ring him to
Get
say
it out of your system. Come on, get it out.
sorry, Rolly.
Finish. Jesus
Rolling,
Christ.
rolling,
You all
rolling.
need Jesus.
I am Jesus. Anyway, Corey, I'll come back. Your turn.
Well, mine's just going to be plain and simple. I'm just going to go, what caught my eye was just the crowd. It was just amazing. That's all it was, just being in that crowd was just
Are you done?
fantastic.
Are you
No, I
done?
don't think he is.
You need to go get some fresh air.
Crowd for me.
Yeah, it was a good crowd.
over to me.
Yes.
What caught my eye was all the charge downs over the weekend. All of them worked.
Yes.
Stopped the extra points in the other games as well.
They're fighting for it.
Carly?
Wasn't there 3 teams that finished on 26 points? 26 points. They won by 26 points, sorry. Was Broncos, Penrith,
That's
and
it.
Knights.
You had to think about that, did you?
They won. They won by 26.
Yeah.
No, their scoreline was 26.
30
No,
to
no,
20,
they won.
30 to 28.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that wasn't then. That was 28.
Yeah. So you,
That's only two.
you
I
asked
did
me
go.
if I could count.
I did go to Carry High.
Yeah. Anyway, was that
Do you
yours?
want to do your... No, that wasn't what caught my eye.
Oh, okay. Well, my one that caught my eye was the whole
Cam.
Willie Mason gamble thing. And, yeah, I think it's probably taken away. I just don't understand what Willie Mason's talking about. You know, like, he bagged Newcastle on that out, and all Gamble said was telling him to get... We're a team of... Yeah, you take... Oh, I'll read the whole thing. You take Ponga out of Newcastle, that's probably the worst effing spine in the game.
So it's okay for him to swear.
So, Gamble, being Gamble, tell him to get F. We're a good team of blokes who do their job, and that's why we're in the position we're in. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
But there's this big uproar. I'm now calling him Channel 9 NRL. Well, to you, because they're now calling him a foul mouth person. Well, so why is it all right for Willie Mason, who is in the media, but Gamble can't respond to that? Go figure, but I mean,
He's the next Luai, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The media love to attack players like that, and
You know
Gamble.
what?
This is just the tip of the iceberg,
hate him all you want, because you know what?
but it hurts. It
Yeah,
hurts.
it does. I hate to see the bloke going for all this crap,
They don't care about mental health.
because I know too personally, like for speaking through some family of Tyson, that he had gone through a lot of crap like this before the Broncos, so he doesn't need it again. But excuse me, hate him all you want, because you know what? Look at the crowd with him on Newcastle the other day. He's wanted here.
What did Willie do for Newcastle when he was here?
Not much.
Grabbed Corbin Sims on the stalk.
That's
Remember
right.
that?
Yep.
Yeah, I bet you do.
No.
My turn.
What? Oh, yeah, okay.
To grab someone on the stalk. Is that you dirty? Was
Isn't
him.
that when he was playing for
He
Manly?
needs to go
when
to
he did that?
church.
Yeah, anyway,
Obviously, mine was the Panthers and the Warriors game. The fans were holding the Panthers letters up
not as good as ours.
to make the word. They started it. Copycat. To make the word Panthers. So P. One had P. One had A. So forth. The N must have fallen asleep because it just spelt Pathers.
Saying that, someone the media took a photo of our gamble and we were missing a letter to at the time. we were just getting it up, and
Who
hang
was
on.
that? Rolly?
That's when Rolly fell over.
Anyway, my second one was also the Panthers and Warriors game. Panthers scored in the corner and they were all hugging each other as they do near the fence line. Some random Panthers supporter thought he'd join in and just reached over and gave him a hug. It was hilarious.
Might have made him play better.
But it was just funny, like, he took his opportunity. Give him a
That
hug.
was
You
pretty
see
good.
what Penrith did now, where they said up the wires, now it's up the pars.
Yeah, people are getting
Yeah.
offended. Warriors supporters are like,
There's too
we
m-
think it's good banter.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
too much snowflakes in the world, I'm telling you. But, yeah, anyway.
Just that tall poppy syndrome, isn't it?
Yep, people love to hate.
So, what caught my eye of the week? I think mine won.
Oh, yep.
No, it
Yeah.
didn't.
Who's that one sponsored by?
You're going to fall in the
Roly
pool when you
polies.
leave here.
Soft landing.
Cold.
No, Cam, actually, if you
Yeah,
are,
nah,
if you,
honestly.
you are feeling okay, mate.
Yeah, honestly, mate, as much as it was funny. Sorry, dude. I genuinely do hope he was okay, because
You don't sound like it.
stop it.
I'm not doing anything. It's all on
Is that
you.
why they said they're taking the roof off the stadium?
No, this is when they said they were going to roll out the red carpet.
Are you done?
Anyway, mate, a shout out to you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. You seemed fine after the game. So
Who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
The next picture you'll see with him walking along with crutches.
Yeah.
No, well, seriously, I even seriously, she can vouch for this. I did say throughout the game, I hope he's all right.
What, between your laughs, your tears of laughter?
Did anyone,
I hope he's all
did
right.
anyone get any live footage of it?
No.
How the hell
You're
would I
lucky
do
you
that?
didn't land on anyone.
How would I do that when I'm laughing too much?
You're lucky you didn't land on
No,
anyone.
seriously, he's lucky he didn't break his leg or something.
Oh, you think?
But
Maybe you should pretend to fall down the stairs and accidentally go over when Gamble's near the fence line.
Did everybody else have a
Whoopsies.
giggle around?
I better
Did
hope it
everybody
come
else have a
after.
giggle around?
giggle.
Yeah, everybody else have a giggle around?
Oh, I did help him up.
I can't remember. It was all a blur.
Oh, you were too busy laughing.
I can assure you that I wasn't.
Anyway, we might take another short break and be back shortly.
When you think of great food at a great price, the best cold beer in town, awesome live music, even a place that you can host your next event, there is only one place you think of, and that is the Gallipoli Club. Get on down to the Gallipoli Club, the Gal 3 to 5 Beaumont Street, Hamilton, to check out what's going on this week. Enjoy some great food, a cold beer, awesome live entertainment. You can never go wrong at the Gal, thegal.com.au.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's time for a bit of around the grounds with the scores from last week. Gaz.
Here we go. Great game, this one. Broncos 26, Storm 0.
It was boring, actually.
Who picked the Broncos?
Shut your pie hole. Shut your pie hole. Just because I print off my tips, he thinks it's funny. I only got one wrong.
Do you want a Band-Aid?
Johnson & Johnson.
I thought it would have been a close game, all right?
It was pretty
Storm
close.
didn't
They
turn
ran
up.
away with it at the end. But, yeah, I took the Broncos.
It was a letdown.
It wasn't.
It wasn't an entertaining game, unlike the Knights game.
No, it wasn't, but I'm saying that too.
Broncos outplayed them.
No disrespect to any of these 6 other teams that played, but none of them were as good as the Knights Raiders game. That
I
was
agree.
Yeah.
Even the Panthers, that game was boring.
No, I wouldn't say it was boring.
I like finals games where they're like last year's grand final. A big letdown that was. I thought it was going to be head to head.
Why do you think we're going to First in Messiah this week? Because we have endless supply of Little Dragon. We're going to need it.
Never say never.
No, but I just say, like, I can't handle it a second week in a row. I think my old heart can handle it.
They're the best games to watch.
Oh, yeah, but
Yep.
yeah, it's hard. But the Broncos, they are show they are a classy team. Like, you know, to keep Storm scoreless, you know, it's a pretty hard task.
A lot of drop balls by the Storm, but they were pressured.
And you got a feel for Pappenhausen.
I do, but probably $1 million or close to says he's going to be all right. I mean, I'd go for that kind of stuff.
Did
for $1
anyone
million.
see the bit where they got the cameras on Craig Bellamy and he's actually going off his chops?
Again?
Poor bugger.
Yeah, every time you look at him, do you think of tennis?
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
say that.
You do, eh, now?
Yeah.
You can't get dead ahead?
Nah.
No. Anyway, I'm
Steffi
a big fan of Jordan Ricky, hey. I reckon he's a gun player.
Yep.
He's only going to get better. But, you know, they've got some class all over. Even Katoni Staggs playing some good footy.
Who was it that picked in the bowl predictions? Stags to score?
Gary.
Can't remember.
I do.
Is your sheet sponsored by that seniors card again?
What was that? I didn't hear. Can't hear over here.
The sheet from last week
That was
sponsored
gold.
by the senior
Scar,
card.
that was gold.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, the Storm will bounce back. The Storm won't play that bad again 2
Yeah,
weeks in a row.
great. We probably have to play them
Well, they got
next week if they get past this week.
Well, that's right. They got to get past this week first, but they'll play better this week. That's for sure.
That's going to be a hard one to tip, Roosters and Storm.
Yeah, Roosters got a few out too.
Yeah. Couple of good players.
I said that last week. They had people. What's his name? The Grot. Jared.
The grot.
Look, the Storm for me are dead and buried. I mean, they might win this week, but they won't win against Penrith.
Who not?
I honestly think it's a free horse race. To be honest, Well, maybe
Warriors,
4.
Brisbane, and Panthers.
And the
Wash
Knight-
your mouth out.
and the Knights.
Yeah, 4.
That's not 3. That's 4.
Well, it's even. I don't know. I'm not convinced with the Warriors. The only thing that makes me more is because it's over there. Over here,
Sean Johnson's playing as well.
well, is he? Or last minute might.
He will, because his injury was only niggling, and they could afford to lose that game
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
instead of him playing and getting injured and missing next week.
that's a little bit of a scare factor.
It's do or die.
So
Anyway.
if Newcastle had the second bite of the cherry, would have rested Ponga?
Yes,
I reckon they would have rested more,
would have rested quite a few.
because this is going to test the Knights' fitness now. Winning 11 on the trot is a hard feat.
Not to mention they played 90 minutes
Yeah.
and a day and they're backing up. Like
And they
6
got
day
a-
turnaround.
6-day turnaround.
And they've got to acclimatise to their weather conditions.
So this is the thing, they should be going over it now. Not Wednesday or Thursday. I'm Adam O'Brien. All right, let's get them over there now. Let's train over there somewhere.
Get used to it.
Yep.
There.
And into the cold conditions.
And to get, I don't know, how far is it? 6-7 hour plane trip, is it? Not even.
Don't look at me. I've
Anyone
never
know?
been there.
What-
I'd like to.
That's
To
a
New-
couple of hours.
To New Zealand, about 3 or 4.
Well, even that, so there wouldn't be too much jet lag, so to speak, or whatever, but still, you still want to rest. I'd be having them over there now.
Yep.
I know, yeah. Anyway, back to Brisbane. Yeah, they're going to be hard to beat. The only team I can see other than the Knights beat them is Penrith. Yeah, they are a classy team. Love them or hate them, but you've got to give credit where credit's due. They are a pretty classy team, and
They broke the hoodoo with the
Yep.
Storm.
yeah, true. See, Corey Oates got dropped too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a tough game to pick.
It is, and we'll get while you're here, we might get into the tips before you go too quickly.
Why? I'm not that good at it.
Oh, but yeah, moving on to the next one, the Penrith Panthers.
Thanks for taking me spot.
Garrick.
Panthers 32, Warriors 6. Over to you, Smither.
No, back to you.
Okay, back to me.
Another
Game of tennis.
uneventful game. Would have been different if Johnson played.
May not have.
No, I don't think so.
Well, the score might have been different.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cleary, you're right. Cleary was outstanding. And then that individual try at the end too, just put the
Yeah.
the icing on the cake.
Okay, I'm going to throw it out here too while we're talking about that. Rookie of the year. I'm going to throw it out there now.
Sania. Is it Sania? Saniva.
Senia Turuva.
Yeah, that's him.
That's mine.
His little pocket rocket.
Yeah, I know there's some good ones out there. Is Hopgood eligible? Still?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he is. He'd be close, but I just think who she said is just
Taruva.
yeah, it's just
That one.
he never puts a foot wrong, and he's been targeted week in week out, and just never drops a ball.
And he's so little.
My rookie of the year to me will go to either Buller from the Tigers.
Yeah, he's good.
Good, but won't get it.
Good in a losing team.
Yeah, but he won't get it.
Or your Taruva.
Yeah,
He doesn't drop a ball. I've never seen him drop a ball.
No, he's pretty safe. He's like Dylan Edwards now.
You know who he is?
Safe under the ball.
He's
Horrible.
a. You look at him and he reminds me of a shrunken version of Edric Lee.
A shrunken version.
Wonder why they call him Tito.
Maybe what's his name?
That's Toto.
No,
You calling him a dog?
No.
the UFC former wrestler.
Oh, I know.
Tito,
Oh,
Tito,
that's
Tito,
fine.
or Tito's, Tino or Tito's.
Yeah, no, but he deserves it. I honestly can't wait for the Daily M's. To see who gets what. It's actually quite interesting. It'll be good to see Gamble walk away at 5'8" of the year.
Your mate, James Fisher-Harris, set the tone with 14 runs for 101 metres in his 32nd minute stint
The
to
push.
start the game.
Yeah, he's another one that doesn't let you down, eh? He's just week in, week out, quite achiever, and just does all the hard yards. I'd love to have him in red and blue, but unfortunately he will be a Penrith Panther for life. But yeah, huge fan of Fisher Harris, and even Moses Leota, to be honest. Yeah, Penrith. I can't see him. At this stage, I can't see him losing.
Don't say that.
The only team
Put
that'll
them
beat
up,
them
man.
at this stage, I think, will be Penrith themselves.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a fantastic.
I don't think you've said.
Been here 5 years, and it's the first thing I said that was right.
You haven't said, like you've hit the nail on the head. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, guys. I did think you were going to say the only one that can beat him is Parramatta, but
Well, we did, but couldn't beat them in the final.
In the regular season.
yeah, and I mean a lot of credit's got to go to Ivan Cleary. A lot of times it's all about Nathan and this and that, but it's Ivan that's pulling the strings. So yeah,
What a juggernaut, though. 4 years,
Mm.
3 years grand finals, almost potentially another one.
how many minor premierships?
3.
Three.
In the
3 out of
last
those
4
4.
years.
And now, and if they do win this year, that's, a hat trick, which is the last time they've done that was
Parramatta.
back in the early 80s.
Yeah,
So,
That's when they used
Footy's-
to play football.
yeah.
yeah.
But in saying that, that is, I'd love for us to do that one year. Oh, that'd be
2023, 20 years ago, we won the grand final against the Roosters.
And Ivan was playing? No. He
No.
wasn't with the Roosters then, was he?
No.
No. He might have been coaching the Warriors then.
Yeah, I
Braden
think he
was
was.
born that year. I believe if your child is born the year that your team win the grand final, they should follow that team.
My daughter second one was born in 2009. Dragons won in 2010.
That's child abuse.
I know.
Imagine that. Imagine being born when Parramatta wins.
I was born in.
I was born in 1981
I was
in
born.
amongst their three-peat.
I was born in 70.
up,
I was born.
Parramatta.
No.
I was
No.
born in 79. Who won it in 79? Dragons. So
Who won it
Dad
in
brainwashed
1980?
me.
Oh, get out.
Newtown.
Who won in
I don't think it-
Who won in 1955? Were they playing football? back
Dragons did because they won in 56 to 66.
Who did win it in 1980?
Freaking Eels.
No, I think Eels
No, it was
81,
Manly.
82, 83.
It-
oh,
Manly?
yuck, that's even
I'd
worse.
rather take the Eels.
then? Thanks, mate.
I reckon it was Manly because I think they had there was a replay with
Go the
Cronulla.
Eagles.
There was a replay with Cronulla.
Oh,
Shano, check that out for us, please.
I don't know what's
Or it
worse.
was either Canterbury. One
Go
of
the
them.
Eagles.
It was either
No,
Manly or
thanks.
Canterbury in 1980. I reckon Canterbury. It was the Steve Gearin. Remember this? You would remember this, guys, because you would have been in your prime. Steve
I'm in
Gearin,
my
the wing
prime
where he,
now.
Steve Gearin from the wing where he bombed it, and it was a Greg Brentnell, whoever it was, and he bombed it, and Gearin took it out of the fullback's hands and scored.
I don't care either way. I'm not supporting the Eagles. So anyway, moving on. Yeah, Penrith class above the. I think the Warriors were lucky to score that try.
We mo-
Parramatta beat the Jets.
oh, what? So it was Parramatta. So it was 80, 81, 82.
Saved.
I thought it was 81, 82, 83 for some reason.
And then they won in 86.
Well, you're obviously not Peter Middleton, are you?
Well, I'm
Trying
close.
to make me think I'm going
Is
to.
his name Peter Middleton?
No, it's David.
David. Yeah, well, that's his brother.
Cut his brother.
You kept trying to make me support the Eagles.
Can we get on with this?
Nah. This is fun.
Pugsley's
No, keep
fault.
talking about Parramatta. It's good.
Nah, moving on then.
Okay, we've got the Sharks on 12. Went down to the Roosters 13.
Yeah, a case of they lost it themselves, I feel here. Sharks had it in the bag, I feel.
I think it was much of a game, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty ordinary. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they'll be without Sam Walker this week, you reckon?
There's a few that are apparently going to be about it.
Yeah,
what's his name? Billy Smith.
he played 40 minutes with a broken jaw. Sawali's out. Or Sawali, I think that's where you
he
pronounce it. Yeah.
aggravated the hamstring.
Joseph Manu's got a hamstring, so
Yeah, I can't see them going much further.
Tedesco's going to cry because all he does is wins.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a pretty ordinary game last week, but anyway. Yeah, so, obviously we've touched on the Knights and the Raiders.
30 the Knights and 4 Raiders 28. Sorry, Shano.
But you know what? I'm going to do it out of order this week, and we'll do our team list later. But while you're here, before you do your jokes, we're going to do our tips this week, so we can have your input.
I just said to you it's going to be hard.
Well,
You've only
it
got
will.
You've only got 2 to pick.
Yeah, but the first one's hard. The
I tell you
second,
what, it's
second
easy.
one-
It's 50-50. Multiple choice.
All right.
Phone a friend if you need to.
Gary?
I reckon Craig Bellamy has tore him a new butthole, so I'm going to go Storm.
Storm?
And don't hate me for this, but I have to tip the Warriors. And lately, when I've been tipping against the Knights, they've been winning, so maybe that's a good thing.
In your words of you, it's bad juju.
If I tip the Knights, they'll lose. So if I
Yeah.
tip the Warriors,
Well,
You never know.
Hopefully you're wrong, but
it
yeah.
all started with the Storm. I tipped the Storm because I'm like, nah, they're not going to lose this. And ever since, the Knights have been winning.
It is going to be hard over there, I'm not going to lie. But, Corey.
Well, I'm going to go the Storm to bounce back, and I'm going to go the Knights to make it 11 in a row.
Storm by 18 for me.
Whoa, finals games are not usually.
It's the Roosters.
Yeah,
It's like a red rooster chicken, half baked.
I'll go 8 points.
the Rooster is calling.
The rooster is calling. It's time to go to Bali. And I'm going to take the Knights to win in a field goal by Tyson Gamble.
You're going to go with your heart.
Yep.
Are you going to do a Gosling if he does?
We're going to be with about 100 people.
So,
That's all right.
how do you think Chris felt?
He did.
There was a lot more
Okay.
than 100 people
Chris.
there.
Yes.
Gamble scores a winning field goal. You do a Gosling?
No. Who votes
Only if
Smitter to do
Smitter
the
does it
Gosling?
with
He
you.
has to.
Yeah.
Good on you, Chris.
I'll do a Gosling when we get home.
No. You got to do it in public.
I'll tell you what, seriously, if that happens, the roof of first year will come off.
I'll go sit in the car.
What do you mean?
I don't like noise.
Get used to it. It's going to happen.
I know, I'm kidding.
Anyway, Gaz,
My tips, the Storm. Joey Manu's out, so I can't see the Roosters doing anything.
no, he's playing.
Is he?
No.
He's down here, he's not. I checked already.
He thinks it's funny.
And Hart wants to go for the Knights, but I think the Warriors will just sneak in. I hope they don't.
Yeah.
But just over there, there's not
Look,
going to be enough
I
red and blue
can't-
shirts.
I can't discourage anyone for picking the Warriors because they're a classy team.
The Knights need to play better than they did.
100% they do.
100%.
They need to go back.
to win it.
They need to go back to those previous 9 weeks.
Plus, weather's going to have a lot to do with it. If it rains, I don't know what the weather's like over there at the moment.
But
We'll
in
have a look
saying
during the
that,
ad break.
we seem to rise for the harder teams. Penrith, Storm.
Except in Penrith.
Well, we won't go there.
Why are we always clinging on to the first game?
No, but because you had a full strength team.
Yeah, in the second one we didn't.
That's right. You hear what I'm saying?
It's away
We
games.
seem to rise against the harder teams. We should have went down there and won against
They,
that
they
team.
underestimate it.
As
And they need to go across the Dutch and
As-
not
The Dutch.
what was
not-
his name from the
That's the
Storm?
Dutch.
Nelson Asofa Solomon.
No,
you
Christian
knucklehead.
Welch.
As Christian Welch said, how did we lose that? How did they lose to Penrith? They had no one.
he just
So
gave
we sh-
himself bad luck.
So
didn't
that
he?
wasn't a hard game that we should have, we should have won that easily, so to speak. Should have. So what I'm saying is, you've got a full strength side with Cleary, everyone from 1 to 13. They're a harder team. We seem to rise that little bit for them. So I'm hoping, I'm going to pray to the gods all week that we do it with the Warriors.
To the Kiwi gods, or
Just don't underestimate them.
100%. I said that last week at the Raiders. You can't. And look what happened.
Yeah, and everyone, including me, were like, oh, they'll flog the Raiders. No, it was
At one
actually a really
part,
good
or
game.
quite a few parts there when I was watching. I thought the Raiders were going to take it out.
Yeah, so did Dean. He's
Oh.
like, oh,
They
here we go.
Knights kept dropping the ball in their own 30 all the time, and
I had to open
It
another.
wasn't-
I had
couldn't
to,
capitalise. But they got a penalty, and you could have threw the ball over, and they went
Excuse
for
me.
4 points and didn't get it.
The
Credit to-
Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
know. We're
credit
like,
to the Knights, they held them out and they lost the ball.
but we were like, what the hell? Why wouldn't the Raiders go for the field goal? Like, they're in
That's it.
perfect position.
I had to open another can of Little Dragon. I couldn't take it.
Only
Yeah.
one? Only one?
I had a couple by then. Yeah. Didn't need a camel pack with a straw.
That's it.
But no, they'll. It's going to be a great game. Yeah, I can't. Say to you guys, why did you just pick the Warriors? Because I totally understand why. But yeah, honestly, but if you can't get to the game, obviously being in Auckland, if you're living across the ditch, and get down there and support the boys, the Knights.
It's
Wish
sold
my
out,
bro-
isn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is sold out. Yeah,
Wish my brother was down here.
it's not too late.
Big Warriors supporter.
But if not, I'm telling you, the place to go to watch it is Firsty Messiah. Nice cold beer, nice food, big 100-inch screen, and yeah, we'll all be there. The place is going to be electric, so make sure you head down there. Anyway, it's time for a bit of humour this week.
Yep.
Other than my humour earlier.
That's going to be hard to topple.
Oh, did you see what he did there?
I hope I don't have any jokes that aren't.
We're on a roll.
That was a Band-Aid joke, that one.
A man is getting into the shower just as his wife is finishing up her shower. When the doorbell rings, the wife quickly wraps herself in a towel and runs downstairs. When she opens the door, there stands Bob, the next door neighbour. Before she says a word, Bob says, "I'll give you $800 to drop that towel." After thinking for a moment, the woman drops her towel and stands naked in front of Bob. After a few seconds, Bob hands her $800 and leaves. The woman wraps back up in the towel and goes back upstairs. When she gets to the bathroom, her husband asks, "Who was that?" "It was Bob, the next door neighbour," she replies. "Great," the husband says. "Did he say anything about the $800 he owes me?"
Peekaboo.
He got an eyeful. 3 young women are at a cocktail party. The conversation turns to their position in life, and it's clear that they are trying to one-up each other. The first one says, "My husband is taking me to the French Riviera for 2 weeks on vacation," and then looks at the other with a superior demeanour. The second one says, "Well, my husband just bought me a new Mercedes," and looks about with considerable pride. Number 3 says, "Well, to be perfectly honest with you, we don't have much money and we don't have any material possessions. However, one thing I can tell you about my husband is that 13 canaries can stand shoulder to shoulder on his erect penis." After this, the first one looks shamefaced and says, "Girls, I've got a confession to make. I was just trying to impress you. You know that vacation I was telling you about? Well, it's not the French Riviera. It's to my parents' house for 2 weeks." The second one says, "Your honesty has shamed me. It's not a Mercedes. He bought me a Fiat 500. "Well," the third one says, "I also have a confession to make. Canary number 13 has to stand on one leg." That's a pretty good confession.
I'll Finch Pincher.
13 canaries. Jeez, it must be long.
I wonder why I got a bird over today.
Full of canaries. Or
Fin-
turkeys.
Finches.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, why not?
They're not as funny as the
You're
other
going
week. Anna had lost her husband almost 4 years ago. Her daughter was constantly calling her and urging her to get back into the dating world. Finally, Anna said she'd go out, but didn't know anyone. Her daughter immediately replied, "Mum, I have someone for you to meet." Well, it was an immediate hit. They took to one another after dating for 6 weeks. He asked her to join him for a weekend in Spain. The first night there, she undressed as he did. There she stood nude except for a pair of black lacy panties. He in his birthday suit. Looking her over, he asked, "Why the black panties?" She replied, "My breasts you can fondle. My body is yours to explore. But down there I'm still mourning." He knew he was not getting lucky that night. The following night was the same. She stood there wearing the black lacy panties and he was in his birthday suit. But now he was wearing a black condom. She looked at him and asked, "What's with the black condom?" He replied, "I want to offer my deepest condolences."
Jesus.
That's something you'd do. That's the
With
first
or-
time he's ever been speechless.
With or without the canaries.
On one leg.
No, they're Finches.
What's the difference?
Finches a little one.
A little bit littler.
Oh, that's gold.
One more? Come on.
Have you got any
I'll
more?
run out. I'm going to run out. I don't know if I can top that one.
Did you say topple that one?
Stop it. Okay. I had lunch with two of my unmarried friends. One is engaged, one is a mistress, and I, the third one, have been married for 20 years. We were chatting about our relationships and decided to amaze our men by greeting them at the door wearing a black bra, stiletto heels, and a mask over our eyes. We agreed to meet in a few days to exchange notes. Here's how it all went. My engaged friend. The other night when my boyfriend came over, he found me with a black leather bodice, tall stilettos, and a mask. He saw me and said, "You are the woman of my dreams. I love you." Then we made passionate love all night long. The mistress. Me too. The other night I met my lover at his office and I was wearing a raincoat. Under it, only the black bra, heels, and mask over my eyes. When I opened the raincoat, he didn't say a word, but he started to tremble and we made wild love all night. Then I had to share my story. When my husband came home, I was wearing the black bra, black stockings, stilettos, and a mask over my eyes. When he came in the door and saw me, he said, "What's for dinner, Zorro?"
I got Zorro marks.
Actually, you did topple it, and you did well.
That
You
was a good one. That
yeah.
was.
Good.
Everyone was like, "Where's this going?"
Yeah, exactly.
I liked them all, to be honest. The first one was good too.
Yep.
The birds.
Yeah, that was one of the better. Yeah, I like that.
Look out, Pet. I'm going to be around.
I'll do it the day after tomorrow.
You do.
Anyway, that's you for this week, is it? Mm-hmm. We appreciate it again, once again. And go Panthers
They don't play.
next week, I mean.
We get a rest.
Read the paper.
They're playing
senior.
they're playing the bye very well.
Yeah, we get a rest, thank God.
Yes.
Good luck to the Knights.
Good luck tonight, and we'll be seeing you on Saturday down at Firsty.
Why are you going to stay at someone's house?
He
No,
meant we.
everyone else.
We.
We.
Yeah.
A collective, everyone. Jesus. Anyway,
don't think
thanks
you'll help
again,
you.
and we'll see you then.
Bye.
All right, guys, we'll take another short break and be back shortly.
Support our show sponsor, Grand Matriarch Distillery, that gives us the beautiful Grand Matriarch vodka that you see on our show every week. Join the reward program, and for every 9 bottles you purchase, you do get one free. Grand Matriarch Distilling in the beautiful Sapphire Coast of New South Wales. You cannot go wrong with their product, I promise you. That's grandmatriarch.com.au.
All right, guys, it's that time of night again. It's time for Talking Schmidt. And caller number 1, who we got there?
Paulie Mac,
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm going well. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. What's your question for us this week, mate?
What I'd love to know is how come with the Newcastle North, our wingers tend to want to play the centre positions more than staying on the fucking wing.
Oh, I missed that, sorry.
Why do the wingers want to jump in and play in the centres?
They don't hold the wings. They come in off the sidelines too far, leave gaps. What for? They're wingers. Stay on the wing.
Yeah, Dom Young does come in a bit, I must admit.
I think most clubs do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I get when they come in off their wing and take a hit up for the forwards to keep give the forwards a bit of a rest. But in defence, I do see Dom going missing a little bit, coming in a bit too much. So,
Doing it on the game when I was down at Newcastle on Sunday.
yeah, that's
Let him go straight up the sideline. Why wasn't he on his wing? He could have stopped that. That would have been an easier position to be in.
yeah. I have said it a few times. That's Dom's only downfall. He comes, in defence, comes in a little bit, but. Yeah, Greg Marsh's, I think, stays out on his a fair bit.
He does.
I reckon, to be honest, I mean, I could be biased, but Marshy's got to be one of the best wingers in the game. Him and Brian Tuttle, I think.
Yeah, no, I won't disagree.
And I think they play a perfect wingers game where they don't go missing. They come in and help the forwards out, but then they're straight back to their wing. And in defence, you don't see too much of those pair coming off their line, leaving their wing exposed. So, I mean, a lot of...
Just sometimes I've seen the wing exposed too many times. That's why the question was asked.
Yeah, no, Dom Young, I do agree with you. Does go off the wing a few times, but yeah, hopefully he'll do that more next year than this weekend. That's for sure.
Well, let's hope so.
Mate, you getting down to where you going to watch the game this week?
Oh, so I'll be sitting at home on the couch watching the game this week. I'd like to be going out, but for the young fellow, I'd say we'll be kicked back on the way out.
That's the go, mate.
Beer and pizza.
That's the go, mate. Well, either way, no matter where you are, enjoy the game, and hopefully the Knights get up.
Yeah, two right there.
Thanks, champion. You're in the draw too for the best caller this week. Will win a spot on our Chocolate World to win a tattoo voucher thanks to Sayers Inc.
No worries, beautiful. Sounds great.
Awesome, mate. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Paulie.
Bye.
All right, guys, it's time for caller number 2. Who we got there?
We got Kenny.
Hey, Ken Dog, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate, good.
That's the go, mate. How good was that on the weekend, eh?
Oh, mate, the atmosphere. I've been to plenty of Knights games, but wow, that took the cake.
I tell you what, I haven't seen it like that since 1997.
Yeah.
The grand final. It was awesome. As you know, we're talking there before too that every single supporter needs to have credit there. Not one, not two, not three. Every single supporter, whether it was your first game, your last game, or whatever. Credit to everyone, and well done, because the crowd was so well behaved too. Like everyone was giving it to each other too, like from Knights to Raiders, but it was friendly sort of banter.
Yeah, that's what you want.
And yeah, I mean, credit to the Raiders fans too. You know, I take my hat off to you. You're good sports, and sorry, but the better team won. But yeah, it was good fun, and that's how it should be because there's kids around and
100%.
yeah. But mate, it's not my turn to ask a question. It's yours, buddy. So what's your question?
Just last time we played the Warriors at Mount Smart Stadium, we come away with a win. That was in 2019. I think earlier on in this year we played them at Wellington. We didn't play them at Mount Smart. So, but I'm pretty keen that we can get the job done. What do you guys reckon,
mate? To be honest,
Gonna be hard.
I'm confident, but not by a lot.
Yeah.
Only because the fact there's this is all due respect to the Warriors. They are a classy team that can, if it was over here, I'd be more confident, but over there, it's going to be so hard.
But
But
it's going to be the opposite of what, like Canberra just felt, on Sunday.
100%. 100%. But we can do it. Like it showed against some of the top teams like Penrith, the Storm. We can do it.
Do it, yeah.
And
I think form-wise, I think we're just taking that little bit better form, I think, than what they are at the moment. Don't get me wrong, they've been good at home, but look at their last home game. They played the Dragons. They only beat them 12-6 or 18-6 or something.
I'm just going to say...
The week before, they played the Tigers in New Zealand too, and they only struggled to get over the line too, Kenny.
Yeah, see, there you go. So, like, their form was good in the middle of the season, and then it sort of started to drop towards the end, whereas ours has gone through the roof at the end of the season. So, yeah,
we've got a little secret weapon too.
Yeah.
And I say this because it will work. Dylan Walker.
Yeah.
Even Fanua Blake. Gamble time.
Yeah.
Get in their head.
Yeah.
Like the sound.
Get in their head.
Yeah.
The heads. Yeah. And he will. There's no doubt about it. And it's like, I think it's 4th v 5th. Actually, at the end of the regular season, they were 4th or 5th. So it's a match-up that it's willing to be. Like, everyone's going, Penrith Broncos, but, mate, there's a Cinderella story coming. And, yeah, wow, I don't know. This season's been upside down this year, so anything could happen, I think.
100%.
Anything. So,
I'll go back to 97 again. Knights can't win the competition. Everyone said, no way, the Knights won't win. All the way through the finals, even to the grand final. Knights won't win. Look what happened. When you pull on that red and blue jersey, Like I said, there's something special
He's
there.
got an extra leg.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they just. Yeah, I don't know what it is, and like I know they're underdogs. They're going over there and they're going to feel the same things what Canberra felt here in Newcastle, but like Canberra lifted.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I can't. I'm pretty sure the boys can too. Like so.
They got the
Yeah.
whole town behind them as well.
Oh, for sure. Like, we're going in there tomorrow, and I'm going in there with the flag I made. I'm going to go in there and just send them off the right way that they deserve. So
Hopefully I'll be able to get there, but with that commitment I said to you, I'm still not sure of time.
yeah.
I'll talk to you off air, but I'm hoping to get there. But yeah, if not, we will on Saturday lift that roof of that first in Messiah, and we will.
100% we
Yeah,
will.
they will hear us cheering from there. I'm telling you.
Hopefully, yeah. It's only across the ditch. It's only a couple of 300 k's away. I should be able to hear. Yeah.
Oh, mate, we'll make sure of it. But mate, appreciate your call, and once again, love your support for the team, mate. It's it's awesome, and we'll see you on Saturday, if not tomorrow. And can't wait.
Too easy, mate. No worries.
And,
And up the night.
Up the nights, and as soon
Up
as
the
we can,
nights.
mate, we'll get you in for a guest spot, eh?
Yeah, too easy, mate. Keen as mustard.
Sounds good, champion.
On you, Kenny. Take care, pal.
No
you,
worries. Cheers, guys.
It seems that everywhere you look these days, you're going to find somebody covered in tattoos. Tattoos are common, not like they used to be. So what do you do if you are wanting some ink that stands out from the rest of the pack? Head on down to Sayers Ink, check out some of their award-winning work. They are a great friend and sponsor of the show. Jump on their website and look at some of the work from John, from Scott, Army, Dean, Jess, Mandy. Their work is stellar, obviously long-lasting, and you'll be happy with the result. Sayers Ink, we can't promise it won't hurt, but we can promise great results. Jump on to sayers-ink.com.au.
All right, guys, it's time for caller number 3. Who we got there?
Hi, I'm Lisa.
G'day, Lisa. How are you?
Good, going great. 10 on the trot. How could I not be?
Yeah, that's it. I can't wait. Hopefully it's another victory for us this week, but
Oh, I hope so.
can't
Hope
wait.
so.
What's your question for us this week?
I'm just wondering, I read some stuff earlier in the week about when Adam O'Brien lost his mum earlier in the year, and I lost my dad early this year, and Dad was always, he liked the Knights, but he would never admit that he liked the Knights. So he goes, no, they're going to fight. They're not going to win, though. But I'm just wondering what kind of sort of impact that has on Adam and the team supporting him, and whether or not that's the turning point, because the last 10 weeks have just been amazing.
Yeah.
It's like I've never seen before.
Sorry.
No, sorry, that's okay. The vibe of it is just, it's like 97 all over again.
100%. You've been watching the show, haven't you? Because that's what I've been saying. Yeah, that's so 97 like. And Adam was told by Peter Parr and the other hierarchy in the Knights to, when his mum passed, to stay at home, be with your family, etc. And Adam said, I'm going with my family. Them boys are my family as well. And he went up there to Queensland. Yeah. So, I mean, he's a...
I love that.
Yeah, absolute legend of a professional guy, and all this success is going where praising Gamble and Ponga and all that, and rightly so. But there's one bloke that's getting missed out here, and I think it's Adam O'Brien. So,
I think he's done an amazing job, and I think that he is the one that's responsible for the turnaround. I can't see any difference in how we're playing to how we play. Like we were 14, 10 weeks ago, but we always had the ability. But I just feel like something's happened in the last 10 weeks that made the team. It's just the cohesion, I think, and a little bit of passion, and that's great.
100%. And it's showing in the players. The players are loving it.
Finally gelled together.
I think I just lost you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we're still there.
No, No, I was just saying, like, we've always had the ability to play as well as we are now this year.
Yeah.
But I just feel like something's happened
The
in
players.
the last
we've
10
got-
weeks.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's just a cohesion that hasn't been there before and a passion that we've been lacking for a long time at the night.
We've got players there that are playing for more than just the paycheck. They're playing for the club. They're playing for that emblem, and they're playing for the fans. And
It's been a long time since that happened.
and yeah, it has got that 97 vibe to it, and I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to say too much because I'll jinx it, but yeah, I hope we're sitting here next week and talking about another win, that's for sure.
100%. Did any of you guys get the Knights win the grand final at 500 to 1 on Sportsbet?
No, but I wish I did.
Ditto. Although I'm pretty sure I've won both my footy tipping. I've only got like the rest of the finals to go, but I'm pretty clear, so
Yeah.
that's impressive.
Oh, it's a hard one, that's for sure. Especially it's going to be hard to tip the rest of the year, that's for sure. It's some very close games. But
Absolutely.
thanks for your call. We really appreciate your call, and hopefully that answered your question.
It was great to meet you guys the other day. Thirsty Desires is the go, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. We're going back in on Saturday to watch the game.
Shout out.
Yeah, so if you're in the area, he's going to have a 100-inch projector up with the game on it in the main bar. All the crew will be there. We're going to have some giveaways and prizes and a couple of
Sounds
things.
great.
Yeah, and it's but be sure if anyone's listening to make sure you book a table because it's. I think the last count we had about 70 or so booked already.
No.
So yeah, I'd say the boys are going to hear us from that Newcastle chant in at Thirsty from all the way over in Auckland. So yeah,
Okay.
That's the plan.
Okay. Cheers, guys.
no
Thanks so
worries.
much.
Thanks
Thank
again.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Palmy or Palmer, it doesn't matter where you're from. It's Palmy, by the way. The best schnitzels in town are just around the corner at Harry's, where they cook chicken the way nature intended, flattened, crumbed and golden. Nothing beats a good schnitzel. There are burgers, there's chips, there's all sorts of wonderful food there to be had. Grab yourself a Harry's loyalty card, get on down and enjoy some of the best chicken you'll ever have. It's really good schnit. Get on to Harry's at the Junction, Jesmond, Marketown, Thornton, Erina and Toronto. It is Sasquatch approved. It is Nighttime Podcast approved. Harry's Schnitzel's the best in town.
All right, guys, it's time for caller number 4. Who we got there?
Hey, it's Renee.
G'day, Renee. How are you?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Not too bad. What's your question for us this week?
Everyone's loving on Tyson Gamble now. I want to know why we all love him now and we hated him before he joined us.
Oh, I've been a huge Tyson Gamble fan. As soon as I heard he signed with us, I was like, hell yes. True, boys?
True.
Yeah.
And, now you see everyone's on the Gamble wagon. But, yeah, no, I've always been a fan of him. I think he's... I just love the style of play he does. And, I love that mongrel. And I love the...
Gets in the face.
Yeah, it gets in the face of him and stirs him up. I love that kind of stuff. I think it's great.
He did a shonky kick on Sunday, but he didn't let that deter him, and
He made straight up for it.
That's right.
You could see the, determination to make that back. But, yeah, no, I'm a huge Tyson Gamble fan. I believe you are yourself.
Yeah. Didn't like him when he played for Brisbane, but that's just my Queensland hatred.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the mongrel we've definitely been missing for a long time at Newcastle, and I love it.
100%. And the thing is, too, people don't like him because he's good. And he's good at what he does. A little bit like Jerome Luai, as we were saying before. A lot of people don't like Jerome Luai because of the same reason. He's, he gets in their face, a bit. But, hey, it works.
Yeah, Tyson's not as cocky as Luai, though.
What's that, sorry?
Tyson's not as cocky as Luai.
I don't know if Luai... I think Luai's taken the wrong way by a lot as well. And to be honest, you won't find a better person than Jerome Luai. After every game, no matter where he's at, he stays out in that ground to every single person in that stadium gets an autograph or a photo. And I mean, for kids, that's just phenomenal. But going back to Tyson Gamble, yeah, I hope the club wraps him up on a long-term deal.
Same.
So that'll be,
We need to.
yeah, 100%. That's the kind of type of play you want at your club. And look what he does to the crowd. The crowd love him now. And yeah, as the daughter sign says, it's gamble time.
It's gamble time.
So
Yeah, she's great. I love her sign.
and she's a gamble fan, as we all are. But yeah, stay tuned. In the next couple of weeks, we might have a couple of Tyson Gamble giveaways, I think. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. We might have a few gamble giveaways.
Sounds good.
Thanks for your call. Hopefully that answered your question, and you're in the draw for a for the caller of the week to get the Say Zinc tattoo voucher.
Awesome. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you, and enjoy
you.
the show. And yeah, go the Knights.
I gotta be honest, one of my favourite things in this life is to sit down with some amazing meat and just stuff my face full of it. And the best meat that you will come across, honestly, is found at Steak and Chops Butchery at Tanilba Bay. Jump on their Facebook page and check out some of the prices and some of the specials. The quality is outstanding, the prices are excellent. You really can't go wrong. Steak, chops, sausages, mince, lamb loins. What more could you want? Get on down to Steak and Chops. That's 69 Beatty Boulevard in Tanilba Bay. Tell them the Sasquatch sent you.
All right, guys, it's time for caller number 5. Who we got there?
Did you enjoy the game, boys?
Ah, Simon says. How are you, Simon?
Hey, Simon.
Oh, we're good. What an exciting and visceral event it was.
Oh, how good was it, mate? It was epic, eh? Like it was better than Lego.
Yeah. Let's
I must-
go.
Were you
Towards
excited?
the end, I stood up. I went to stand up out of the couch, and the couch came up with me, which is quite an impressive feat for me.
Was Terence with you? Did he get a high?
Terence was, but he's gone again. He said something about raising a Jolly Roger or off for a Jolly Rogering. I'm not sure which, but it may be a thing, the pirate of getting into men's pants or something. I don't know. So.
Well, yeah, next weekend it's is it next weekend? Your birthday?
Next week.
Next Wednesday.
Yes.
Next Wednesday, I've just been told the official day is Mr. Vasalo's birthday. A big fan of yours.
Well, happy birthday to you, Chris. I might ring in next week and sing you a delicious lullaby.
He just went all red.
Yeah, so did his other thing.
I don't want to know where to go.
Well, anyway, what's your question for us this week,
I
Simon?
did have a question for you, Dean. How much in your life have you ever wanted to be Jack Whiten?
Oh, no. That's a bit harsh.
That's it. You've won.
Well, to be honest, though, and he complained. He said, "What am I meant to do? I couldn't breathe." Honestly, if he can't put something in his mouth and not breathe for 5 seconds, I feel sorry for his boyfriend.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty low active thing. Or, as I said to him, called him a weak-gutted dog. But thanks.
It was very disgraceful. He should have been sent off, and it seemed that that decision was wrong because I believe he's got the penalty tonight, or he's been fined, or he's been found guilty at least.
He's been found guilty, and I have heard 3 weeks. Is that correct? 3 weeks. But I did hear someone say a severe penalty. Well, that's not severe to me.
No, it's 1 week per tooth.
3 weeks.
Well, isn't that correct? Well, you'll fit in well at the Rabbits, eh?
Exactly right. But I thought it was dreadful. But what a game!
Yeah, no, it was a great game, and the crowd was absolutely electric. But credit's got to go to Canberra too. Canberra really stuck it to us. So yeah, but it was a great game, and orchestrated by that man Tyson Gamble, I believe.
Oh yes, he saved the game with that run down of the drop goal attempt. But yeah, look, Canberra, to their credit, they did well for a bunch of sour, milky people, but it was quite interesting to ask if it would have been much different had a certain chompy fellow been sent off like he should have been.
Yeah, well, he should have been there 100%, but, you know, the rest is history, I suppose, as long as we got the point and we move on to the Warriors now, over there in Auckland, Mount Smart, I believe. And hopefully the boys can bring it home and then head up there to the Ponies.
Well, let's hope so, because they did seem very nervous on the weekend, and now they've got it out of their system. Hopefully, they can play the style of football that's been keeping them going for so long.
100%, mate. 100%. So, I'm just curiosity. I know you've probably got a lot of favourites there, but who's your favourite Knights player?
Oh, my favourite Knights player. Oh, I mean, they're all wonderful in their own way. I must have. I have a bit of a soft spot for Phoenix Crossland. I think he's really stood up this year, and I'm a great admirer of him.
100%. Fly, Phoenix, fly.
I thought you would have liked Dane Gagai.
Oh, he definitely did he went full Gagai in the first half on the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah.
But no, Phoenix with those glowing golden locks as he's sprinting down, it's a sight for aroused eyes.
Yeah, well, so do your favourite player in the whole NRL, is it, or just the Knights?
That's Ian Roberts.
No, Ian Roberts, he's a different story altogether. But I do like Phoenix. I think he was unfairly maligned, and
Very underrated.
He just really stood up when it mattered, and I think that's been the story of the team this year. And Willie Mason can go suck a fat one.
Well, in the words of Gamble, yes. Yeah. But so, do you think we should call Phoenix's new nickname Souffle? Because he has risen like a souffle this year.
Well, I don't know about that. You could call him Poodle Hat for all I care.
Poodle Hat.
It's fantastic, and but look, I do like Greg Marzhew. What a big solid man he is, and I do like Bradman, another big. You wouldn't believe he's only 21. He's a bit young for me, but what a specimen.
Yeah, no, he's a beast. I call him the beast because the best is yet to come.
And did I hear that the league might be putting in an option or a rule that you can renege on a contract in November?
Well, so that's a most ludicrous decision I've ever heard in my life.
If that would keep Dom Young with us, Dom Yum, wow.
I'm sorry for you, but Dom Yum has gone because he won't stay because his brother's going to be playing at the Roosters as well. So, yeah, unfortunately. But I don't like that where you can renege on a contract. That is, that's the biggest load of horse shit. I'm sorry, but that the league's brought in because that's going to cause so much bullshit and uproar and if you sign on that dotted line, you should honour that. That's my opinion.
Well, then at the moment, I do wish him the best until the end of the year, and then he can go jump as well. So,
couldn't agree with you more, mate. But mate, we appreciate your call this week, and hope you're enjoying the show. We've only got about 3 or 4 shows left for the year, and we'll miss talking to you on a Tuesday.
Oh, well, I'm sure I can call you every now and then as well. But, yes, I did just want to find out, when you saw Jack biting that arm, how jealous were you?
I wasn't jealous, but I was pretty fired up, yelling some abuse and that, as you do. But I just thought it was a low act. You don't do that kind of stuff.
It was horrible. And then Ricky Stewart didn't even say anything. He said, nobody expected us to do so well, and that's the DNA of the club. Well, the DNA was left on Tyson's arm.
Well, ain't that the truth? But, we all were giving it to Jack at the time because of Ricky Stewart's comments there a few weeks back to the Penrith player, calling him a weak-gutted dog and, dogs bite. So, Jack got the weak-gutted dog, and then it was also Jack Biting, his name was.
Yes. And reality bites for them. They can bite me now. That's fine. So, look, it's wonderful to talk to you all. And do hope for the best against the Bars. Oh, hang on, sorry, the Wars. And win, lose or draw, they've really done themselves proud, and they've really punched above their weight this year, and that's good things for what's coming.
Yeah, got something in common there. I'm punching above my weight, but anyway. We're really proud of the boys. Win, lose or draw, and
Good things are definitely coming.
That's right, mate. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show and for the rest of the year, and go the Knights. And if you're in Newcastle area on Saturday, be sure to get down to Firsty Messiah and jump in and join the boys and everyone else and watch and the girls. Kylie, the crazy lady, will be there, and watch the Knights hopefully come home with the victory.
That would be wonderful. I don't know if I can get up there from Toorak, but my thoughts are with you, and my loins quiver already at the thought of it.
No worries, mate.
All the best, boys.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Simon. Go the Knights.
Bye.
Are you looking for something a little bit different, perhaps? Something a little bit out of the ordinary? Head down to the Liquidators Raymond Terrace. Liquidators is a discount variety store. They specialise in all sorts of different home decor items, candles, even hardware. There's costumes and wigs for that fancy dress party. There's art, all sorts of things that are a little bit different. Liquidators Raymond Terrace. That's 34 William Street in Raymond Terrace.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And who's our lucky winner for the chocolate bar
Our
tonight?
winner tonight is Renee Ireland.
Her question was
About the
Tyson Gamble.
Good
Yes.
question.
Tyson Gamble, say no more. So you're in the draw, Renee, for the tattoo voucher for thanks to Sayers Inc. And one of our panel members, I believe, will be getting a tattoo a week Saturday. Yes, and it's is it from the shoulder to the elbow? Is that correct?
Well,
like from there to there, is that correct? How big it is?
Yes.
That's normally my size.
I bet you've had a few of that size. And for those that you don't know, Chris is getting a tattoo, and it will all be revealed next week, thanks to Sayers. No, not next week, the week after. Sorry,
Yeah.
Thanks to Sayers Inc. And we
Stay
might
tuned.
even take the cameras and film a bit of it. Anyway,
I'll take the tissues.
yeah. Oh no, it doesn't hurt.
He's tough.
Yeah, he's tough. Anyway, moving on. Might do a bit of team list, eh? Excuse me. Pardon me. And it's a bit of a few missing this week, unfortunately. You want to do the Warriors?
I will do the Warriors. So I'm probably better at pronouncing than yours.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. The fullback is Charles Nickel Klokstad. The wingers are Dallin Wateni Zalesniak and Marcelo Montoya. In the centres, we have Rocco Berry and Adam Pompey. The 5'8" is Tamari Martin, and the halfback returning from injury is Sean Johnson. In the forwards, the front row, we have Mitch Barnett, Wade Egan and Aidan Fanua-Blake. The second row, we've got Jackson Ford and Murata Nikore. Locking the scrum is Tyrell Harris, and on the interchange is Dylan Walker, Jazz Tavaga, Bailey Serenan and Josh Curran.
Not a bad side on paper,
Good
eh?
side.
That's right.
Some classy players, that's for sure. Anyway, our mighty Newcastle Knights. Number 1, Kalen Ponga. 2, Dominic Young. In the centres, we've got Dane Gagai and Bradman Bess. On the wing, we have Greg Marju. And in the halves, the ever informed player, Tyson Gamble. Adam Clune coming in for Jackson Hastings. Jacob Saifidi, Phoenix Crosland, Leo Thompson. Excuse me, Tyson Frizzell, Dylan Lucas in for poor old Lockie Fitz, and Adam Elliott at lock. Kurt Mann, Daniel Saifidi, Jack Heverington, and Matt Crocker. Unfortunately, Brody misses out again this week, but yeah,
Good shot on paper.
yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Some good matchups.
Yeah. I'm really liking the Jacob Safidi, Aiden Fanua, Blake, Leo Thompson, Mitch Barnett in there. That's going to be
The forward battle's going to be.
Mitch Barnett's going to be out there to prove something.
No, 100%. Tyson Frizzell, Jackson Ford,
even though
Nakora.
that Nakora is got a good golf load on him.
Yeah, 100%. But I just thought Kurt Mann probably should have come on. Oh, no, it's probably. He came on as soon as Jackson couldn't go up in the second half. But I thought Kurt should have come on probably 10 minutes before half time, or even 15, and played at lock. It's a ball playing option. Yeah,
you have a look at this. Certainly a better utility player than Dylan Walker, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And
Like Kurt, as soon as Kurt come on in the second half, do you feel the team lifted?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Is Matt Croker, was he, when he went out there, was he in the lock position, or was he a ball player too? Because it looked like he was sort of roaming around that area as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he did take over Elliott for a bit.
Did he?
I tell you, he's not named the play, but the young Brown.
Fanua Brown, yeah.
Quite impressive what I've seen from him already.
Yeah, is he only here for the rest of the season?
I believe so, but I could be, yeah. I did hear a rumour that they thinking of adding him to the 30-man squad.
Well, I'll tell you what, you'd want to get him because he's actually not a bad little player.
Him and Brody need to be locked up.
That game he played for the Dragons, he played really well.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
So, obviously Knights for me.
Yeah.
Knights for me as well.
There you go. You want to run through the Storm and Roosters?
Sure. Yep. Sounds good.
I'll do the Roosters, you can do the Storm. Number 1, James Tedesco. Actually, I'll do the Storm, you do the Roosters.
Oh, thanks for that.
No. Nick Meaney, Will Warbrick, Marion Seve, Justin Olam, Remus Smith, Cameron Munster. Remus Smith, is that Tyrone Smith's son?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to have a look.
Played for Canberra, didn't he, Tyrone Smith? Oh, it was the Rabbits.
Be.
Oh, no, it was the Rabbits too.
Could be.
Awesome player back in the day.
Yeah, I think he played for Canberra too, didn't he?
Cameron Munster, Jerome Hughes, Kama Kamika. Good player, he is. Harry Grant, Christian Walsh, Trent
Liero,
Katoa, Joshy King, Alec MacDonald, and Tom Eisenhuth. Yes, and I do have Nelson Asafa Solomona.
Yep.
Is that pretty close?
That's pretty close.
That's spot on.
Well done.
Well done.
It's only taken you 28 rounds.
That's Big Nelson.
Well done.
And Tarek Sims, who's, I don't know, is it time Tarek hung up the boots? I just don't think he's in any... Oh, well, Tarek played Origin last year and was playing good, and now this year he's just gone...
And people said you watch him go out the Storm. He hasn't really performed.
Yeah, it's a bit of a letdown. I like Tarek.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe the Dragons got rid of him at the right time.
Well, he might have been still playing good back at Dragons, just not fitting
Different
in there.
culture.
Anyway, on to the
Chookies. So the fullback is Teddy, and the wingers are Fatala Palga and Jackson Paulo. The centre pairing of Paul Momorowski and Corey Allen.
Oh, my nuts.
Yeah, the 5'8" is Luke Keary and halfback is Sam Walker. In the forwards, we have Victor Radley, Nat Butcher, Suiai Wong, Lindsay Collins, Brandon Smith, Fletcher Baker. On the interchange, it's Sandon Smith, Egan Butcher, Terrell May, and Angus Crichton.
Angus Crichton. Do you believe Angus Crichton's as dominating as he used to be?
Nope, and there's a rumour that he's going to rugby.
Yeah, I'd let him go, to be honest. I don't believe he's played any good for...
Since he come back from that
from
depression.
the Magic Mushrooms. They're not real magic, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
That Wong was had a good game.
That Wong, yeah, because he went out in the centres. Yeah, he blitzed it out there.
Solid.
He is a good player, isn't he? Anyway,
Storm for me.
Storm for me.
Yeah, Storm for me.
It's a no-brainer.
They won't lose 2 in a row, especially in finals.
Nah, that's right. You stole me notes, mate. Anyway, on to the NRLW. The results from last weekend. Sharks 16 over the Dragons 8. Anyone watch any of these?
Watched a little bit of this before I got home from work. the Dragons, and that was
Did your friend play in this team?
Emma. Yeah, she scored a. No, she didn't score a try, but she set up one. So
How's she your friend? Because you met her once.
yeah, she's my friend now.
Met her once more than us.
I met Humphrey B Bear once.
Did you?
Yeah.
He's got no friends. Oh, that was Fat Cat.
He must be my friend now.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyone famous you've met that you're friends with?
That Smitto is.
Oh, yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
Anyway, the West Tigers went down to the Broncos 22-18, and our Knights victorious at 20-4
What a game.
over the Roosters. Yeah, as we said before, Upton and Southwell really controlled the outcome for that. That's for sure. Cowboys went down to the Raiders 34-12. Didn't watch any of that. I'm sorry, I missed that. But good to see Ruben Wickie's daughter playing for the Milk in the number 3 jersey. I
Actually,
believe.
I watched a tiny
four,
bit of
is
this game,
it? Yeah.
and I did watch her run around, and she is
Like Dad.
almost she's like a spit out of a.
Yeah, he's one of the hardest men to ever play the game. Speaking of hard men to play the game, this is absolutely dreadful. Eh? Who's your hardest Queensland Origin player that you can think of?
Trevor Gilmeister.
Smith.
Robbie Gale. Josh Papaliki.
What about Carl Webb?
Oh, yeah, with a motor neurone. Yeah.
Poor bugger's got motor neuron disease and he's not good. Poor bugger. So that's terrible. But he's not feeling sorry for himself or nothing like that. But you look at him, you wouldn't know him. You wouldn't know it's him. And yeah, like I think it was Darren Lockyer said, "Who's the hardest Queenslander you love to go on the field with?" He said, "Hardest hitter was Tony Carroll." But he said Carl Webb. He said that bloke was just an absolute machine. And I remember who was the Origin? He had him on their back, and he
Luke
was
Bailey. Was it
Luke Bailey.
I think
yeah.
it was. Yeah.
He was going to kill him. The eyes were just like. I remember he had like the mohawk kind of sort of haircut with the. Yeah, I'll see if I can get you some footage, but yeah, honestly, mate, I know he's not watching, but yeah, heart goes out to the poor bugger. I lost a good mate from New FM. I don't know if you remember New FM, Blind Melon on the radio station years ago. Well, yeah, we lost him to motor neuron. Poor bugger.
It's sad.
Anyway, moving on to Titans 34 went down to the Eels 12. Beat the Eels 12. Yeah.
Even the women's Parramatta Eels can't win a game.
What are you saying, man? Minion?
It's bubbles.
Bubbles?
Anyway. Well, we're moving on to this week. The West Tigers up against the Newcastle Knights.
Knights by 40.
I can't see the Tigers causing an upset here, so Tigers will go down the Knights by 22 to make Upton to score a double. Roosters and Cowboys, you go have to take the Roosters. I'd say Boyle will be back as well.
Roosters won't lose 2 in a row.
I'll take the Brad. You have to take the Broncos to beat the Dragons.
Yeah, Broncos have Dragons.
I'd like to see Drags win, but got to be level-headed there.
Eels and Sharks.
This is going to be a good game.
No,
I'm going to go Sharks.
Same.
Come on, someone go the Eels.
All right, I'll go the Eels.
Good. 2 against 2 here.
And the Raiders and
Raiders
Titans.
for me.
I'm going to take the Raiders in this one.
Titans.
So, yeah, it's good. Yeah, Knights win the minor premiership, so they'll be out to. But in saying that too, the Tigers will be out to spoil that. So that'll be one to watch. But anyway, we might take another short break and come back with board predictions and wrap it up.
Purnell's Awards and Apparel is your one-stop shop for everything you might need for your business or your sporting club. Have a listen to this. There are corporate awards, cups, trophies, display cases, drinkware, giftware, medals, perpetuals, plaques and shields, and even apparel. There's so much there. It's great stuff. It's great quality at a great price. Head down to Purnell's in 2 locations, purnells.com.au or email winner@purnells.com.au.
All right, guys, it's time to wrap up the show, but let's do some board predictions and start with you there, I guess.
Well, you took my Upton was going to score, so yeah, but I reckon The Knights by 13 plus.
13 plus. And what do you got in your hand there, mate?
I've got a skateboard. Skateboard with a difference, Smitter. The only thing is it's got no wheels on it. You can put your favourite drink in it.
Thanks to Roo Skateboards Australia, we are going to give that away on the weekend at Firsty. We did have it for the competition for there before about sending it in, but then we changed it for Firsty Messiah. Took over that one, so we're going to give that away to some lucky participant at Firsty Messiah on the weekend. So anyone that's there, you'll have the chance to win that, plus some other great prizes as well. So stay tuned for that. But also the games of the week this week will be obviously both, plus the NRLW Knights. So you can win on all three. So the fridge there goes, thanks to Bar Fridges Australia.
It's a ripper, Dino.
Yeah.
Absolute beauty.
Filled with?
Little dragon, of course.
But they're not leaving. They're mine. They're
ours.
Absolute great. Awesome fridge. I wish I could win it because I'd like another one. It's awesome, isn't it?
Very.
Definitely.
I've got to sit back down because it's too cold with the door open.
Anyway, your ball prediction.
Men to win by 7.
Which men?
Knights men.
Fair enough.
The Knights to win 1-12. Tyson Gamble a try. Leo Thompson a try. And Daniel Safidi a try.
And if that happens, if any one of those score, it's Gosling time.
I'll have a few little dragons under my belt, so yeah, right, you're on.
Excuse me. I've had too many little
You got to
dragons
do one
tonight.
if Gamble kicks a field goal.
Yeah, if he kicks a field goal. He's going to do it, that. So, my ball predictions, the Knights by 13, Gamble field goal. NRLW, I'd say we'll win by 22. Upton the score a double.
Like it.
But before we go to, I'd like to thank, obviously, the crazy lady. Does a humongous job for us. Adam over there in WA and Big Shane and Christopher behind the camera.
Shane too.
I just said Big Shane, you were asleep.
No, you said Christopher.
I said Shane first.
He did say Shane.
Did you? Oh, my apologies.
Is you awake?
And he was ripping you off about being the old man. I think he needs a nut on that. So go the Knights. Now I've lost my train of thought.
Thank you to all our sponsors.
Yeah, big thanks to all our sponsors and a special thanks to the sign shop at Maitland for Kylie's lovely sticker on her car. And
for your sign last week.
Yeah, and for my big gamble sign. Awesome. Can't beat them, mate. And I'll tell you what, they do car wraps too. So
What's a car wrap?
You don't know what wrapping is?
No.
Show you later.
All right.
But yeah, head down if you obviously to Firsty. We'll be there from say 1 or 2 o'clock, and it's going to be epic, I think. And the place is going to go through the roof. You'll see all of us down there, but also we're going to give away the Firsty Messiah next week for the dinner for 2. So anyone that's at home or at a game or whatever you're doing watching the Knights or any team this weekend, send us a photo in. You can be in your lounge room. You can be, you can be in your cubby house. You can be at Firsty Messiah. You can be at the game. Send us it in. You go in the draw.
It's that easy to do it.
It's really that easy. So we'll give away everything. We'll give away some stuff on the weekend too. So I think that's it, guys.
See you next week.
Oh, a big shout out to our dinner tonight. Chateau de Fairhall. We're at
really good pizzas.
Cliff
Lee, yeah, really nice pizza.
In the Metro Servo there.
All right, guys. Until next week
on the Nighttime Podcast.
It's all about league.
Good night.
I like to blow bubbles. Take one.
Hey, I'm Bubbles.
I rub hot wax into Gary's back. Take 4.
She wins the voucher.
I eat souffle. Take 8. A meat between your sandwich, Simon. Take 10.
You just gotta say, I want to be your meat between the sandwich, Simon.
The hams are spinning, but the wheel's dead. Take 11. Good one, Skip. Simon, I love you, and